Welcome to the luxurious Merit Diamond Royal Resort. What a mouthful, Henry, here at the MPP. We'll go with MPP.
Let's stick with MPP. That sounds simple enough.
I can't get it all out. There's a lot going on here at the MPP. And speaking of things going on, look at that. You have your EAPT final table set. And, well, Henry, bottom of the counts. Let's start there. A familiar face.
Back-to-back FTs for our man Benzie. I mean, hey, James, you know, navigating these large fields, it's takes a lot of skill. You know, it's not just.
Yeah. I mean, that's some effort. 900 players in the Open. It was 1K. This is also 1K. See there the prizes. Look at this, Henry. We're going a little top heavy here. 100K for first, 67 for second, 50 for third. Everyone currently guaranteed 10K. And well, yeah, the ladders at the start pretty small, but that's going to get interesting as we. I mean, the jump from fourth to third being 14K, then only 17K from third to second, then a whopping 33K from there. So, well, hopefully we see someone really try and get their hands on this, Henry, and rip it apart.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of these payouts, by the way. I know, look, payout structures, always a controversial topic within the poker community, but for me personally, you know, get down to 4-3 handed, heads up, that's where the money should be.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, a six-figure payday on one of the highlight tournaments of this festival, 1K buy-in, it's the stuff that people dream of, you know, people satelliting in for a fraction of a buy-in, and having life-changing money up top is still very relevant and part of the poker dream. Big fan, personally. Love to see it here in Cyprus.
Yeah, it is great to see. I'm with you. Throw in some. I just like seeing when we see things mixed up a little bit with payout structures, where they've obviously stretched to make it 100 up top.
Of course.
And that creates something a little different. If every final table had the same payout, it might get a little boring.
Well, there's an allure to it, you know. Like when you're looking at festivals as both a professional and recreational, and you look at these festivals and the tournaments that they're going to be hosting. These types of payouts, you know, these 100 buy-in, 150 buy-in up top, when it comes to making a decision and choosing between where to go and play, people are going to lean towards the bigger buy-in stuff. Sorry, the bigger prize pool and the bigger payday stuff. And it makes sense, you know. We're all still chasing the proverbial poker dream, and I'm here for it.
Everyone loves a little six-figure score. Well, Edgard from the big with deuce four suited, flopping a flush draw on the queen 5-5. And a little from +2 opening off. It was a very short stack. With the king of diamonds in hand, checking back this board, Henry. I feel like with the king of diamonds, most cards he's going to want to c-bet. Most combos going to want to c-bet on this queen 5-5. I wonder if we're getting trappy. Check on the turn. Not the best card for Edgard to see, but maybe he's deciding to set the price here, Henry.
Yeah, it's a pretty annoying spot. Obviously, 4 high has 0 showdown, and by probing turn, we could potentially force out very rarely some hands, and obviously we have 0 showdown value with 4 high. But what I would counter argue to Edgar's stab here is Halil has opened off of a very small stack, a very short stack, and well. I think his perceived range is incredibly strong.
Has he just rivered the winner?
Well,
are we up against King Jack?
Yeah. Well, if we're up against King Jack, then
are we up against Ace King? Are we up against King 10?
There we go. We beat 2 of those hands. Ace King, no good. He's gonna roll his eyes.
Pair of 4s. Hello, I've got a pair of 4s. Is that any good?
I think it's good, James. I think it is good.
Nice start. Welcome to the game.
What an incredibly clean-cut man. Yes, look at the beard, the haircut, the glasses. You know, he's rocking the Armani top. It's probing turn with equity and not much showdown. Well, no showdown actually. What a boss. Edouard Barsegnan. Currently leading the pack, 85 bigs. Good for 25% of the chips in play. That's wow.
That's the lead you want to have when you wake up and there's 100k up top.
Yeah, coming in with quarter of the chips, 9 left. I mean, hello.
Yeah, and so I got distracted by the prize pool earlier. I was trying to give Benzi some love because there were 900 entries in the first 1k, the Open. And this event had 675, but that's no bother to him. He's on another final table. It's easy for Benzi.
Indeed. Yeah, Benzi out here getting it done. See if he can go a couple spots further this time round.
Yeah. Remember, I mean, for those who didn't watch that stream, well, first of all, where were you? I'm sorry you missed it, but Benzi actually managed to navigate to what? Got to the final 4, having only shown aces. And he sort of got a couple of 4-bet jams through with the goods. And then got their aces v kings, and suddenly found himself chip leader with 4 left. So what can happen in these final tables? It's not all about the swashbucklers. Speaking of swashbucklers, Henry, this hat, I'm loving it.
Big fan of the bucket hat. It's got some kind of Bruno Mars meets poker vibe going on.
The Bruno Mars of poker. There we go. You heard it here first, ladies and gents.
Yeah, and interestingly, you know, the color and the material. I don't know, man. Some fashionistas out there.
Thank God. Well, he looked down at 4, got excited again, and Alex gets a walk off 11 blinds with queens.
Well, he looks agitated, and
I'd be agitated, Henry.
I try and empathize in these spots, but it's a self-inflicted type of agitation. You know, you're in the big blind. There's a more than 0% chance that you get a walk. Don't look at your hand. It's a negative free roll. If you look down at a bad hand, you don't care. You're like, okay, cool, yeah, whatever, I've got a walk. But you look down at the aces, the ace-king, the queens, the kings of the world, like the hands that you're going to be happy to get in with, you just end up getting annoyed and flustered, and that's just my...
I mean, you're such a pro. I mean, you say you're not going to get that. I absolutely buzz when I look down at the 9 deuce off and get a walk.
No, you don't.
I
You're
do.
so
I
used to it,
absolutely buzz. And I give it the whole... like that, and the small one's like, oh, what do you have? What do you have? Like, I want to look, and I just showed them the 9 deuce. I just love it. I'm a horrible person.
I was about to say, yeah, you love it for different reasons, man.
I do.
120.
Ooh.
So hang on a minute.
Halil.
What is going on? Halil, sir, is he going for the straddle off of 10 bigs? What a boss.
He's frisky. I mean, we saw him open with a king before. I don't know what the card was. I'm assuming a 10 or an ace, just given the fact that he managed to call turn and lose river. But now, popping it up with the king deuce suited. Well, gets around most of the way to Edgar, one of those 3.2 million stacks. There's a bunch of them around the middle. As well, the blinds, of course, gone up to 48. We did start at 30-60, up to 40-80. I believe Henry on 40-minute clocks again. They had a couple minutes left of the
they did
of the first level.
Yeah, the rail was out there last night into the late hours of yesterday evening, right next to the PLO lounge. Actually, there was a little table with
the PLO lounge.
Yeah, people.
The Henry hangout.
It was. It certainly was last night, and yeah, they played to I want to say around 10:30, 11 local time.
Nice.
Floor called it a day, and here we are.
A little flopping squadouche on the 7-6-3. Alexander, the complete opposite top pair, assumes he's going to check this over to Halil, and Check jam, if there's a bet. And although wisely checking this one back, a 10, pretty ugly card for him to see as well. Not that there are many good cards for the King Deuce.
Yeah, not here to critique the optimistic open from early position. Maybe some signs of impatience being shown from Halil. Look, you got 10 bigs. Don't really want to be opening into 8 players with the hand like King Deuce. Just doesn't really play well post flop, and save those chips, pal.
It's beautiful. It's the Luxonpay Mediterranean Poker Party. Look at it. It's blue, like the sea.
I'm a fan.
Henry, have you dipped your toes in the sea today?
I haven't.
Me neither.
No, I was in the spa for about 2.5 hours, though.
It's a tough life.
It's not easy,
Someone's got to do it, though, hey?
It's just out there in the streets until around about 2 AM last night, just battling in the 25-25-50 game.
So how, obviously, I saw you after you've been playing for a few hours. You came and joined us for a chat at dinner, and then you went back. So did it continue in a upward trend?
Yeah, finished up just shy of 10K.
Ooh,
good session.
Lovely.
And type of session as well, like those rare sessions where you kind of leave and reflect on some of the hands, and just didn't find myself in, when you know what I'm talking about, James, like you rock up and you're just in the bin every hand, like your opponents are putting you to the test, but it just didn't feel like that last night. Nothing, I just think it was purely just the way the hands played out. It wasn't.
You just get the right combos. Everything.
Yeah, I'm not. This is no critique to my opponents. It's more just an observation of just how smooth sailing it was. But yeah, really good fun. Great crowd. The floor run the high stakes lounge really well. They know all of the players by first name, and they really know how to personalize the whole poker experience here. And it's been good fun so far.
Well, speaking of fun, Alexander's looking down at ace jack in the small when the big blind is as short as he is.
Yeah.
You're jamming a lot. You're certainly
5
jamming
effective.
this.
Let's see 5 dealer. Hello. You want to rumble? I mean, to be honest with you, big blind ante, I think he's the shortest by far. I think there is some merit to kind of folding here. If there are going to be other stacks that are like sub 10, but there just aren't. I'd probably take the spot with the suited queen for 5.
Yeah, well, I think was he 5 behind with 1 posted? I think that'll be. So
I think
6.
it's 5 total, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see now.
Maybe, yeah, we'll see. I think it was 395 back, perhaps after the after posting 1, so 6. But not that it makes a lot of difference. All the points you make are the same. I mean, all depends if you think these guys are likely to bust. You maybe squeeze in a couple of ladders. But as we alluded to earlier, it is very top heavy. Although it's going to be very hard to win from that stack.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? It's like, are you trying to ladder for 3K? Is 3K going to make that big of a difference, to your life, to your bankroll? Maybe it is. Maybe I'm being overly harsh here, but I'm thinking more from like, hey, I'm here to try and win the tournament.
One thing is you get something out of this, but Benzi's surely going to rip in this 10 bigs, and he might run into something, and you may ladder.
This is true.
These things happen. He's got a lot of physical chips in front of him for 10 bigs, isn't he?
Let's see 5, pal.
They can build towers here.
They can, and we've seen it time and time again. The 1.5, 2 big blind comeback. It does happen.
All right, well,
on occasion.
Thank God. Oh. Yeah, getting a bit of TV time with this King 3 offsuit. We're getting a bit of TV time. The two Alexes look down at garbage. Well, I say garbage. 6-7 suited. I apologise to everyone watching. I just called 6-7 suited garbage. It's garbage in this spot. Obviously, normally I'm playing that hand from every spot of every stack. But
I have to say, Dose, put me 200 big blinds deep in position in a cash game, and we're in there.
200. Put me 30 big blinds deep in a cash game.
Nah, behave.
In any game, and I'm in there.
You know what, James? I'm going to dip for 2 minutes. Let's go and get some stories out. Let's get the word out that we're live.
You do it. Spread the word. All you watching, spread the word as well. This is our second stream coming to you from the MPP. We are going to be live here for, well, the next couple of weeks with events and MPP, and then we hand the reins over to Triton, come in straight after. So, I mean, you're going to have uninterrupted coverage. I say uninterrupted coverage. There's a couple of days off in the next couple of weeks, but from, I believe, the 3rd when we do the MPP main event, penultimate day, and then final day on the 4th, Triton take over on the 5th, and you've got streams all the way through the 19th. Of course, the highlight of which will be the Coin Rivet Invitational, the 200k split event. Half the field designated pros, half the field designated Rex. The Rex and the pros are separated on day 1. And that makes it far more attractive, I think, for those some of those recreational players who aren't as confident playing against the best. Obviously, we see the likes of Pulpa and Jidyong, Wykin. Well, Wykin is obviously a phenomenal player in his own right, but you get the point. There's lots of the non-pros who are very good. Some of the non-pros not quite so happy to play against the super pros, as Mr. Rob Young likes to call them. And so this allows them to maybe come in, dip their toes, and they don't have to play with the super pros until day 2. Halil then gets a jam through with his 4.5 blinds. He lives to fight. Good result with the 8-6. He'll not be upset. Edgard, ace-4 suited from +2.
Nice.
He with 40 bigs. He's going to raise things up.
Cool. Начался там прям это? Или нету?
And well, Halil, he just wants to get involved, doesn't he? He flats off that 7 big blind stack with a 10-8 suited in position. And he gets king-queen off to fold behind. Michael thinking, what's going on here? It's Henry. Jumps back in for this little bit of drama.
I'm back, MC. 10-8 suited. Let's go. Let's see 5.
Fine,
Or 3
yeah.
at least.
Michael just thinking, better of it, right? 15 bigs, he's got king-queen off. He's like, well, this guy might bust here. You got Benzie in the big with, what, 11 behind, and looks like he's going to throw in some cooling chips here with the 5-6 offsuit. This, again, not sure about this, Henry. Yeah, okay, he does fold. Good boy, Benzie. I would have been surprised having watched Benzie play the other day. I think he's, he knows his onions in these spots. And well, Halil actually in pretty good shape. You see the 44% against Edgard's ace-4 suited.
Yeah, loving it as it stands, equity-wise.
And, well, it's going in.
Hello.
He's flopped trips, but he's still only 75% to win.
I tell you what, James, if a club rolls off a non-8 of clubs club, I've got a funny feeling Halil's going to erupt.
Edgard's just works out like, what's this guy up to? And he's just like, well, I guess I'm all in for 5 blinds. And Halil's going to beat him in the part. And look at it. He's doing the whole, what have you got? What have you got? Well, he's got the 10. Well, it is a little at risk. And way more risk than he would have expected in this spot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. Probably expect to see that your opponent's drawing to 2 outs, the pair in their hand, or sometimes
or
even
anything,
ace king, ace queen.
Just overs with a lone club.
Needs a non-9, non-8 club river to send Halil home in 9th. Ooh.
A black card, Henry.
Yeah, made me flinch.
How much?
Halil been in the mix early doors.
That's a really interesting dynamic now. Because as Benzi, in Benzi's shoes as the other kind of short stack, you see this from Halil, the king deuce open from early position, the flat with the 10-8.
There you go. That's what
How do you proceed, Like,
as we were saying about all these guys, I mean, look, up to Hakan, we've got a real division here in chip stacks. Hakan down, 18 to 11 blinds, and then you've got Edgard up to Edouard, the bigger stacks. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, well, I mean, how do you adjust? I mean, you see Halil and there just messing around. Obviously, we saw the king deuce open. You obviously got to show down another spot with we saw a king that didn't win, and now you're seeing him peeling off 7 blinds with 10-8 suited. I guess you just got to play pretty tight.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, James. These spots are pretty annoying to navigate as well, because it's kind of, you head into the game of chess dynamic where you're just trying to outlast your opponent, and can often lead to a stalemate where you just get so short that you're kind of forced to make your own action. I can hear myself in the background. It's kind of weird.
Edouard. I'm going to start using that big stack. Here he comes, popping up the 8-5 suited. How many Henry Kilbanes in the world are there?
Don't know.
He's all over the place.
This is weird. Now look at this. Edouard, the late position open, running into the kings of one of the other big stacks at the table. Georgi.
Georgi. The man
Do
with
not
the hat.
want to be inducing here out of position with the amount of short stacks that there are at the table, and giving Edouard the chance to realize his 20% equity.
40 bigs.
Just make it 650, and we'll go from there. See what he comes with.
Thank you. Close enough, Henry. We'll give him that one, yeah?
I'll allow it. I'll allow it, James.
It's Kilbane approved. No, Edouard, just like, really? First time I open on the chip leader, you were one of the big stacks. You're really going to mess with me with all these short stacks about? But 8-5 suited, Henry. You just got to wipe your mouth every now and again.
Yeah, 100%. And this is one of the rare occasions where I don't mind Hollywooding and a bit of posturing. Like, your chip leader, you don't want... So this is the weird thing about it, right? Like, it's obvious that you should be opening wider than most as the chippy at the table. You can just really lean into the ICM pressure that everyone else is under. You're the threat. You're the one that can send people home. Having said that, when you are then 3-bet, take a 4 or 5 second pause. Make your opponent sweat a little bit. Don't want them to think that, don't make it easy is basically what I'm trying to...
You don't want their subconscious to just associate, it's just 3-bet this guy and he folds. I'm with you.
Exactly.
You got to make out like, always thinking, make out like, okay, this guy might be folding, but he might also just like get fed up and 4-bet jam on me.
Might have been yeah, a close spot. You said it far more eloquently than I did.
I love that stuff where you just like not gonna. You just don't want it to be easy. You don't want it to. You want it to sweat. Just to get that little bit of horrible feeling when you 4-bet. When you 3-bet, you don't want it to be. Oh, this is a system I'll go with. Not that I advocate wasting time too often, but you know. Well, egg guard. Seems quite deliberate so far. Ace king suited. That's getting played. Alex D, is he going to do anything here, Henry, with the 6-5 suited? Does he really want to get involved? Edgard's open on the gun. No. Good, he was having a think. Because he's got 5-6 suited. You've got to think when you look down that hand.
Behave.
I think some of these guys maybe just, you know, they're fresh to the feature table, to the final table. They're just taking a moment. They're warming up there.
You've been using your commentary platform to image build for far too long, James. I'm going to have to start calling you out on your...
I'd be 3-betting that hand, just so you know. But
you're a nit at heart.
No, I'm a nit by head, but in my heart, I come from a different era, Henry. People didn't know this stuff. You just 5-6 suited, that'll do. Hakan, Queen 7 off against under the gun. He smiles and
6. You can keep the ante. Keep the ante. Keep the ante for me in the pot.
I like this guy. Knows how to speed up the game.
Yeah, that was weird, really.
Very good hand.
If you shove
These
like
guys are
that's enough.
just going to feed each other out for a bit.
More than enough.
Level or two before
Enough info. If you shove like
That's why I say. More than
anything
enough.
too crazy happens. Makes sense. Just rocked up. Fresh. And hopefully well slept. With dreams of taking this down and taking the $100,000 US that comes with that trophy.
you'd hope they well slept. You know, you said they finished, well, not late last night, but, you know,
It was,
full day.
it was pretty early. For a final day, it was, you know, a 10 p.m. finish on a day 3. That's solid. I'll take it. 14 hours between the end of day and start of day. That's, I know a few people that wish they had been treated with that. These are the spots that I love seeing. 15, Queen 10-0, late position. See if we get a cheeky little, you know, raise fold through. Doesn't. Decides to pass on the opportunity. And blind v blind Hakan with an interesting spot off of 16. Not trying to make every spot sound insanely interesting, but ace-6, sorry. Doesn't feel strong enough to start inducing by limping with ICM. I think you'd want to start limp calling hands like ace-9, ace-10 maybe. And then yeah, just, you know, jamming the ace-6s of the world, ace-7s.
God, good look.
Yeah, this is the classic. I'm gonna make my opponent sweat for a few seconds. What are your thoughts in those big blind spots when it's just a clear snap fold for 16, 17?
Just fold.
Deck stack.
Just, you know. You're allowed to have hands in the big blind that are going to fold for 17.
Of course, this is something I feel like you should start advocating more of, James.
I think when you tank fold, it's almost like, oh, that means you're more likely to fold. You're giving the impression that, in my mind, I'm like, if someone's tanking, they're not that confident in knowing what the hands they should call with and what hands they shouldn't, and therefore I'm more likely to open my range against them than tighten it.
Oh, okay. So you're giving them the old yellow tag in your head. You're like, okay, this guy doesn't know his 15 big blind call-off ranges. I like it.
I mean,
I like it, James Dempsey.
Maybe he's going to make a tight fold.
Yeah,
he's going to make a tight fold, I think.
I think I've been somewhat oblivious to that live read there.
Oblivious.
Big fan. Okay, so Michelle going for the raise fold off of 15 with the... Sorry, off of 13. No, it is off of 15, my bad. So getting used to the graphics. With the ace-6, I like it. You know, you're obviously blocking a lot of the... I say a lot. Some of the stronger parts of people's ranges. Ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack, ace-10, aces. Passed on the queen-10 earlier. Nice thing about, obviously, suited ace-x is when the big blind does defend, you get to cooler some of their inferior flush draws or flushes.
The old flush over flush scenario.
Yeah.
My God. 2 8s. Nice. Dealing in some spots.
Not sure how the effective stack looks like versus the big. Do apologize. It's something that I should probably be aware of.
I just decides to flat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I probably just rip.
Yeah, I think if we're playing this hand, we're ripping. Especially, you know, Michael's opening up the ace-6 here, you get to fold out all these kind of hands.
Yeah, and you're also, you know, player behind, closing the action. You don't want to be in a sandwich with pocket 8s against shallow stacks. And well, hello.
Well, a little bit of something here for Michael, of course, flopping top pair, but Eckert does have the 8 hearts.
So Michael, we going with Michael? Yeah, that's not Michelle. Michael, Mitchell, Mikkel. We'll stick with Michael.
Let me come back to you on that.
I'll let you figure that one out. Michael coming in with the 25% and Edgard with the fold.
It's not mine. Не понял? Не. Кофе не моем.
Just bowing out.
Edward, your chip leader, King 10 with 60. He's going to pop this up. See if he can't win himself a hand. And he's going to get it round to the Alex combo. Alex P folds. Alex D will certainly be calling, holding Queen 9 of clubs. And he's not going to give anything away. Fully wrapped up in that jacket. I mean, who brings a jacket like that to the Mediterranean? Just
I don't know, man. Maybe he's going skiing afterwards. You never know with these guys.
Just for the record, what's going on, Alex?
I might have the 8 PM flight to the Swiss Alps. You never know, James. We're in Europe.
It's baking in the Swiss Alps at the moment.
True.
Doesn't need that jacket. He's up to no good, this guy.
He might just be a, you know, old school London yard boy.
Alex D hailing from Moldova. And he's hailing from middle pair right here. That's going to get him in a bit of trouble because Edward has flopped the highest pair available on this King 9-6 board. And he decides to check it back. A little bit of deception, Henry. I think the 10's a nice card, right? He picks up so much equity on a load of turns with the 10, but checking back this combo seems like one that it's nice to do with. And well, speaking of picking up equity, he picks up top 2. Alex picking up a gut shot to go with that second pair. Henry, would like a kind of larger sizing with delayed C-bet on this kind of texture?
Yeah, for sure. After we go check, check, flop.
It looks like about 275. Oh, it's 275. There we go.
275.
A bit more middle of the road.
It's difficult to kind of gauge the dynamics from previous days and whatnot. I think I typically just lean towards betting top pair on King 9-6 against the big blind range, just simplifying my overall strategy. Makes it a bit awkward on certain turns. Obviously this one improving us to top 2, only losing to, you know, Queen Jack, 7-8. But still, I think in an ICM dense situation, what's going on here?
Let's have a colour up, because we've got a lot of chips in play. That's
Yeah,
what's going on here.
I'm confused. Is this a check raise?
It's a call, I believe.
It's just a call.
It's a lot of chips for a
Thought he was coming
3.5 big blind call.
The old check grizzle.
And those white chips 100Ks. The blue ones there appear to be the 5Ks.
Yeah, and now I just bet pot. Or maybe even slightly more. So whatever you want. I mean, 80 to 120 with a very disguised hand in terms of relative hand strength. And also I think we want to go polar here, given that we're also going to have hands like ace-queen, ace-jack, ace-4, ace-5 of diamonds that are going to blast. And also when you're blocking, you know, the middling hands like 10x.
Gone for level 2/3. And the 620. Toss ball for Alex. Peeled pre. Check, check, flop. Check, call, turn. And now if faces a second barrel on this river. As Henry says, those diamond draws missing. Myriad of straight draws, both gutters either direction missing. What are the hands, Emery, for this sizing we think we're sort of calling against if we're going to call and win? What do we...
Hang on a minute, James. What's going on here? Is this...
Oh, come on. Is he just having are we just doing a stock take? No, this isn't a stock take. This is a pump up.
Wow, this is
love it.
Absolutely insane.
I mean, not going to work, but I love it. He just clicked it.
It's 40 more. 20 more.
He's clicked it. Absolute min clicked it.
40.
40.
You can see just how uncomfortable Edward is here with top 2. Again.
And he's like, yeah, whatever. Cool. Let's see it.
And there you go, James. I mean, I stand corrected. This flop check back.
Yeah.
Bet turn, bet river. Alexander.
You see, Alex saw that river sizing. He's thinking, is this guy just trying to get me with ace 10 here? Just trying to get me to pay him off with the worst 10 or a 9, and I'm not having this. I'm going to put him in the blender. I don't think he's got a king. I think he bets the flop. I think he's just got a 10. I think he's got ace 10.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
I don't know.
It's an interesting one, you know. We have a hand that we can just cool down with.
Talking, smiling, something.
I'm blocking diamonds, I'm blocking the ace 7s, ace 8s, ace jacks of the world. But then on the flip side, we are blocking Broadway. We're blocking some of the stronger King X, like King Queen. Interesting hand, to say the least. Not sure how I feel about the line taken. Check, check, check call, check raise after tanking for, 60 seconds. Didn't really give off that read that he was strong. At least in my mind, he didn't.
I loved it. I love funky stuff, Henry.
You're definitely the funk master of the commentary world.
See, even then he's sitting there and he's like, what is this? What have I walked into? Everyone didn't like it, obviously. He had top 2, so he's calling. Alex completing the small. Interesting, Henry, when you got Halil in the big here, playing 15. You got ace 9. He's shown a willingness to play hands as our Halil.
Let's slide it on over once more. You're also blocking, the hands that you want him to call with, like ace high. This, in my mind, I don't know. I feel like I'm being a bit.
It's kind of fun though when you just got caught check raise bluffing river a minute ago.
Yeah, he's just blocking so much of his continuing range, like.
Yeah, man, I just don't think Hill has anything there. I think Hill's the kind of guy who's going to pop up all his aces. When you,
no, but look, if he has 6 outs or 6 overs to the 4, let him pair up. Let him see a river.
I agree.
And also, we're letting him see a river when he does decide to check back turn, but we're also still giving him enough space to maybe come up with something with the 6 high. Can't win at showdown, clearly. But again, much easier sat here, can see the cards.
Oh no, I'm in full agreement. I just am saying, although I agree with you in a lot of situations, I don't think the ace is as relevant against Halil, because I think Halil just seems like the guy who's just going to be like, right, I've got an ace, blind and blind, let's go. You're completing, I'm ripping it in on you.
Yeah, exactly. Big fan of this this hat, by the way. Gonna have to speak with Georgi afterwards, find out where I can nab one of those.
Maybe if he wins, you can get that one signed.
I think I probably could. I've pulled stuff off like that before.
Alex P with the ace 5 in the cutoff, 660. Are we going in? Are we rifling? Feels like a rifle spot. He does rifle. He's like, I haven't locked that up yet. There's been some action here. People are doing some things. Ed Wild with an ace in the big himself for 8. I guess it's time to see 5, boys.
Yeah, this is close, tightest player at the table. Hasn't played a hand thus far. Taking the jam spot. He does ultimately make the call and going to be chopping. You can see 44% of the time.
It's a fair fight.
It is a fair fight. Know what everyone else is rooting for. Little 3-ball, but 5 in the... Ooh, hello. All right. Okay, never easy.
You love seeing the 5. You hate seeing the 4 and the 7 roll off
ridiculous. Behind. How is that the 5 in the window followed by the only 2 cards that can give our opponent infinite outs? Nothing changing on the turn.
One thing it can't be, and there is a chop. And that's what they all thought it was going to be to start with. King on the end. Double up for Alex P.
Yeah,
He looks thrilled about it. Look at him. I like this. I like his table presence. Anyway, he's giving nothing away. He looks very experienced to me from what we've seen. I know we've only seen him fold up until now, basically. But he looks like he's not phased in this spot. You see, Halil's quite animated. He's moving around. Alex looks very comfortable in this scenario.
Yeah, he's been here before, and you often see, especially amongst, you know, the regulars of the MTT circuit, when they're at the table, James, it's all business, not much emotion being shown or expressed. And it can come off robotic, if you will. But once the job has been done, once the trophy has been lifted, as we saw earlier on this week, you know, the emotions come out, and I get it. I'm a bit more animated. I believe you're also in the camp of gift the gab, being chatty at the table, but I also respect the guys that just silent,
quietly go about the work.
Quietly get after it.
Ace, queen, queen, the flop for Eduardo, Michael, and Michelle. We'll go Michelle. That sounds better.
Yeah, that was my go-to at the start. Kind of just felt more natural.
I mean, here's another one. Branded up here. Pawn shot jacket, the cap, the sunglasses. He's here for business.
Alex P, fresh double.
What do you think? Alex v Alex heads up battle. It's possible.
Would be awkward.
Eduard, on the button. Your chip leader. 6 milli.
Yeah, he's grooving.
I mean, he started as a chip leader and then got that lovely little spot. Picking off the check raise bluff on the river. Just solidifying a big chip advantage on the field in this tournament. Again, Godos joining us. That gets pretty top heavy towards the end. It's 50, 67, 100.
Yeah, 20 million in play. Has 6 of the 20. I mean, 30% chips with 9 players left.
going after Benzie there. He was left with just fumes. Just the 5k chips in his stack.
YG. Ordering the old apple juice. So I'm going to be here for a while. I'll make sure I get the right amount of vitamins in. Not as fast paced as the other day, James.
I think these
Early doors.
These guys are just feeling their way into it.
100%.
Already, like we saw Edgar like taking time every hand, even when he was folding, and then now he's just snap folding. They just get their way into it, and then I mean, Halil's giving us action. We'll give us action here.
Halil's been out there in the mix, that's for sure.
He's not worried about ICM. He's playing it to win the tournament. Georgi 8 deuce off, facing a raise. Easy for Alex. Oh, I mean I'm already rooting for this guy, Alex D. He means business. He's coming out the check raise rivers. I'm liking it.
Is this the Roadman? Seat 2.
Алым бы пошел, что сделал?
The what, man?
The Roadman.
Алым
The
бы
old
говорит,
school
пошел.
London Yardie. the puffer jacket and
Блин, блокировал.
It's just where.
Да,
I
с
mean,
дамой,
he's
как
not the only one.
Неправильно рейс.
no, I'm not saying he is. It wasn't me.
But I'm saying
I wasn't singling him out. I'm just asking if that's who you're talking about.
No, but I'm curious as to there's two of them at this table who've got big jackets on.
Yeah.
Like what happened, guys, when you were packing? Like what went on? They were like, take the swimsuit out and
No.
put the jacket in. I don't know what happens.
Everyone's just trying to find the biggest edge in poker now, right? If you can instill fear in people, then I'm all for it. You know, if I'm walking down through London, Chicago, wherever it is, big metropolitan city, late in the evening, and you know, I see the hooded jacket, I'm more likely to cross the road, James.
Well, here is one of those guys with the big jacket on. You show with ace queen suited. Over the top we go. Oh, chip leader can be opening very liberally, as we see here. He is with the 7-8 offsuit. You don't have to high-five the dealer, but you're allowed to here for declaring those magical words.
I'm high-fiving the dealer and taking a selfie. I mean, come on, let's go. $16. Could even go for the old 3-bet induce. Edward with the hijack open, by the way. I respect it. Extremely out of line, but
Hey, got the chip lead.
I play PLO for a living. My life is pretty much out of line.
I like it. Open. I say open as wide as you want until they stop you. They stopped in there, but
Hard
They
agree.
didn't
Yeah,
really.
no, it's the correct adjustment, James.
they woke up with a hand that time. And they woke up with a hand last time. You got 3-bet last time. They had kings. This time they got ace queen suited. He's going to think they're playing back at him, but
Yeah, if you're
They're
at
not.
a table where you know everyone's just trying to get that 1, 2, 3 spot ladder, you can really widen things up. I remember, I want to say this Seth Davies or Chris Brewer just really flowing in one tournament where, you know, the ICM dynamic had just set it up perfectly to, you know, just really get after it. And sometimes you get re-jammed on, but for the most part, you just get to pick up the blinds and the big blind ante, chip up next hand. Thank you.
Ace 160.
Oh, hello.
Alex D getting a little frisky himself, and his old nemesis, Edward, the chip leader, just looks at the boots.
25. This is what I really love about just getting to sit here in the commentary booth, getting to observe. I love this, by the way. Hello. Hello, Flat Call.
Invite the squeeze.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, huge fan straight off the bat. But just as an observation, the different characters that we get to commentate on over the, you know, however many years we've been doing this now, James, you always get to paint the same old storylines of certain people getting impatient. Alex with the wide open, in my opinion. Maybe trying to force action a little bit.
Oh, Georgi. Georgi, don't do it, my man. He thinks, okay, Alex, looks like the guy is going to be opening too wide. There's a peel. The peel can't be much. And he comes out with the very, very fruity squeeze Henry with the ace-8 offsuit. Guys.
Right, I'm asking for one thing and one thing only, James, and that is please no back jam. Okay. Please no back jam.
What a dream scenario. This man came with 4.5 million. Got check raise on the river. Had an easy call. Well, they didn't enjoy calling. An easy mandatory call that ended up being a bluff rather than value. And now here he is, laying the trap with the aces. And this would, oh, they just have a look back at the cards. Just double check, they're still there. And this is one of the other big stacks. Georgi with 3.2 to start the hand. Squeezing it up with just...
Oh, James. I'm here for it.
Dead
I'm
equity.
here for the flat. It's first and second in chips. Edward with the flat pre and then just flatting the 3-bet from Georgi. Note the SPR, James, sub 2. And well, a couple of diamonds and an 8 wrapped around that 9-6. Could be fireworks.
Yeah, I mean, well, Georgi's going to put Edvard on what, a lot of hands, like the king-queen suited, king-jack suited, the hands that ace-8 is still ahead of, but I mean, there's also ace-10 suited, ace-jack suited, may try and make them fold here. Like you say, Henry certainly has a hand that's capable of c-betting with the ace of diamonds and an 8 backdoors, but also reason enough to check back with this hand and see one more card. Which way is he going to go? Anyone's guess. A man with that hat, I think, bets, but certainly worthy of doing that, that's for sure. Throwing in a time bank extension. Edward's like, go on, do it, pal.
Edward just looks like he's just so disinterested in the hand. Big fan of this body language.
20 big blinds in the pot already with the average, sub 30.
Just have to continue here for, you know, 5.
Yeah. Small 550 the bet. Edward. You think 1 time bank and then call, or 2 time banks and call? What do we think? Look again.
Check again. I just want to make sure. Let's make sure for the 3rd time.
I think the 3rd check is that scares me when they look the 3rd time. You know by the 2nd time. You know what you've got when you've called the squeeze.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
I'm suspicious. And there's the 1st time bank.
So, you know, ace 10 of spades. Backdoor spades going on 2 overs. Let's make it feel like it's a decision.
Love this. Now, do we get to see an action turn, do you think,
I just
Henry?
want to see the 5 of diamonds on the turn, please, dealer.
Georgi with So less than pot behind as a second draw appears with the 3 of spades. Some relevance. Certainly. Georgi can have some spade combos that bet flop. Not many, but some.
No need to do anything here, in my opinion, other than knuckle it on over to our opponent. Betting just forces out all of his bluffs, and we're coolering his kings and queens of the world anyway. We're just getting all the money as played. Just let him blast off with the little equity that he may have. We have the ace of spades in our hand as well. Don't think Georgi's ever picking a hand like king, queen, king, jack, queen, jack, jack 10 to 3-bet pre. They just play so well multi-way on the button. Really fun spot here.
Georgi waves the flag. Ooh, queen on the river now. That means not necessarily done with this. Unfortunately, from Georgi's point of view, the kind of hands maybe you want to blast off the 7s, the 8s, the 10s. We do have an 8 blocks that.
Oh, he's knuckled it over for James.
Love that.
This man.
Does Georgi do it? Queen's quite a good card, right? What are his squeezes? He's going to have hands like king, queen, ace, queen. He can have hit this card. His opponent doesn't hit it too often. Like the king, queen of spades, maybe. King, queen of diamonds.
Try and put 7s, 10s in a really tough spot.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, the 8 works against him here. But there are other pair combos. I was just saying there. 7s, the 8s, the 10s. Also, his opponent can still just have a hand like ace 10, ace jack of spades, perhaps, that called the flop. I'll knock them out.
Apple juice has arrived.
But then you're looking around this table, you're going, there's some short stacks here. Do I need to wing this in? This has been so well played by Edward.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's going small. Interesting.
Just trying to fold out
The better ace highs.
yeah.
Oh, is this like trying to intimidate the 7s and the 8s, thinking, oh, he's just rivered a queen, I'm just going to go for a tiny bit of value.
See what Edward comes with.
Right, we have to raise this, right? This sizing,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we just have to raise.
Versus, especially versus bet, check, bet. I don't think queens are ever checking turn. All in.
This is a great hand. Hello, Michelle. I'm enjoying it. Potential for ladders. He's working the double glass.
Yeah, I was about to say, Michelle getting ready for the afternoon hike. You know, he's got the body warmer on. He's got the sunnies, the cap.
The double glasses scenario.
Hello.
He does check jam.
So sick.
He's just like, what have I done? And this is so funky, right? I mean, he's got ace-8 high. But I mean, there are situations here where you'd be like, what is this guy up to? How does he have a hand here? How does he have a hand that wants to check jam? Does he have 9s?
Oh, Edward. 40% of the chips.
Halil's like, yeah, I respect. And put in the I respect face. He's like, yeah, that guy's a bit of a boss.
Blinds going up as well, James. Bad news for everyone else, because this man has already showcased that he has a trick or two up his sleeve. Look at this, James. I mean, from an ITM perspective, I've not seen anything quite like this in a very long time. This could be over in just, you know, a couple of hours.
Yeah, I mean, Edgard has bang on average, the rest below average. Edward has it all. Barsergian, 82 big blinds.
There's only 200 bigs in play. Average stack, sub 25. And the only player with more than average is our chip leader. Wow. Should we dinner reservations? Anyone?
Let's not jinx it yet. A lot of things
Maybe
can
enough time
happen.
to maybe even make lunch.
Just thinking it's heading one Henry. Largest career cash coming just under the 6-figure mark. So he's chasing best score. He also had a deep run in the Open. And Benzie, of course, making the final in both. But Edward coming 24th in that for 6K. So he had a little taste of it there. And now he's like, okay, now I know what I want to do. I want to get to the final table as the chip leader. And then I want to just run over the final table. This is his 29th Head and Mob cash this calendar year.
Wow.
The guy grinds.
Okay, that's... I respect that. Have there even been 29 tournaments this year? I mean, come on.
I mean, these are his first two coming outside of Sochi, but he's been playing.
Athena live, I'm Handarua.
Love it. And Georgi popping it up, Henry, with the Queen 10 suited, fresh off that misstep. And he's going to get the bad news from Alex P, because Alex P has 13 blinds and 2 9s in the big, and will surely be sliding them across the line.
Yeah, this is as grim as it gets when it's just so tight. Difference between 9th and 2nd being the better part of 50 odd K. And spots like these. Yeah, he does take it. I respect it.
Yep. And Georgi with the misstep, blasting off a lot of the chips, then raises the next hand. We make Queen 10 suit. We're going to raise it up. Nothing wrong with this. And you just get punished. It's like, really? The final table has not gone the way he imagined so far.
You open the shop? Yeah.
There's still 9 left, but would not surprise me if in the space of the next 2 levels we're down to 5.
Yeah.
Lose half the field. Bless you, sir.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Someone got there.
Eventually. I used to think it was bless you as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't find out that it was bless you until I was 18.
Wow. It's weird those little things you have wrong for so long in your life, isn't it?
Conditioning, James. Lil loves the old UTG Open with the rags. I mean, this guy, I respect it.
It's got too much. We moving to other people. You give your chips, huh?
Yeah, time chip going in. And all the chips will be going in a moment for his 23 blinds.
Interestingly, these time bank chips seem to be slowing people down. Not too sure as to why. They calling me for the 25 PLO back there, Jay. Oh wow. Well, I say oh wow, it's, you know, it's not going in, but under the gun versus button.
شوف تكتب لحتى تحضرها.
Just gonna scan around the table. It's grim. I know. But you're all handcuffed. Behave, Halil. What are you doing?
He's just posturing.
Might just rifle in and say, you know what, boys, let's... Oh, the whole time bank tank.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, okay, so he is thinking. Interesting. Very interesting.
Having a little stare down. Okay. Really looking forward to this this one drop, James. Just around the corner.
Little 10-beaner.
Yeah. Let's take a quick look at the schedule. I mean, going to be bringing you guys all the heat here from Cyprus. 2.2k MPP warm-up on the way. Already up and running. Live coverage of that over on Poker News, and obviously we'll be bringing you guys the final table. One drop starting this weekend, 10k buy-in, followed by the 5k 5 mil main event. Benzi, good man, takes the spot. Oh, hello. I mean, this is what we're talking about. When it gets this short, these hands just play themselves.
Yep, exactly that, Henry. It's time. Bad news for Benzi is Edgard's going to kick in his king-queen off.
Oh, wow.
Alex P folding the king-jack
So this was just going in, you know, regardless.
Well, look at an ace, but... I'll hit the muck and a chance to ladder for all. It is Benzi at risk.
2 kings
King,
then
queen,
and a
10.
queen.
King, queen, 10. 10, 10.
Only 1 king, 2 queens left in the deck.
On timing. All in.
Well, one timing? Did you say bad timing? One time? Who knows? He's gonna need help.
As queen, I have said.
He did have a set. No. Oh, last time I had a set. There we go. That's useful. Benzi needs clubs by the back door. A king or queen via the front door. Well, it is the back door that is just cracked open a little bit, Henry. Can he blast through it? Oh, Georgi. Get a much needed hold. Black card on the river. With the wrong suit. Benzi. Back-to-back final tables to kick off the festival here at the MPP
S8.
in Merit.
Oh, man. The snap, I had king queen behind, but come on, guys. Benzi, GG's. 2 for 2. Final tables at the MPP. Out in 9th, adding 10k to his already impressive resume here in Cyprus.
Yeah, look at that. Leaves Halil adrift the rest with just 7 blinds. But having secured that 3k ladder up is, of course, Edward still ridiculously far ahead. And Georgi, courtesy of winning that flip, gets himself all the way up to 3rd place with just 22 blinds. But a step in the right direction for the man who showed a lot of heart, Henry.
Queen 6.
Well, Michelle with King Queen suited. Popping up to 225. Georgi the next seat with Ace Jack offsuit, Henry. This is one I think we could just let this go. You're both comfortable. Yeah, he does just give a bit of respect to Michelle. Thank God. I don't know. I thought maybe we're done with the posturing and the time wasting from him, but maybe this is his lucky hand.
I actually understand that if he's doing it for the logical reason of doing it, which is, you know, less hands for the shorter stacks, thus going to get shorter and shorter due to the clock being run down. It also impacts you as well. But he is 2nd in chips, so I feel like it makes sense.
Edouard looks down at the same hand Georgi did, the Ace Jack offsuit. Far different situation, of course, for him.
Yeah,
closing the action in the big with the chip lead. Much nicer spot. He'll be able to just C3, one would suspect, Henry.
Tough spot.
Does he drop the hammer on him?
Yeah, it's a really tough spot.
I like it.
We want to remind you registration is now closed. Registration is closed.
So we are going to see 3 in.
Interesting 3 it is.
Queen 10-8 rainbow double gut shot for Edouard. Michelle does not want to improve to top 2 on the turn.
Such an interesting flop, isn't it? Because we know Michelle's, well, we assume Michelle's opening tight. Edouard knows that.
Wow, checks.
And this flop helps Edouard so much, but at the same time, it's like, well, this is where Michelle's living. Up here in a snap check back, Henry, with that top pair. That's just, is that too defensive?
It's a pretty scary board.
No, he elicits a bet from Edouard. Edouard going after what here, Henry? Like the 9s? 7s? I don't know. Just the...
Yeah, same hand, ace king, ace jack, 9 7s as you already alluded to. I gotta see a river, 1.2 out there.
Oh
my.
Wow.
I mean, the saving grace for Michelle was that the 10 did pair on the turn when Edouard put chips in the middle.
Right, but surely with pot behind...
You know, the funny thing is if Edouard does jam and Michelle snap calls...
He does move all in. Michelle's going to hate this because, like you say, Henry, there's a 10 there. It's entirely possible the way this is played out. There are hands like this, ace jack, potentially. Of course, other strong flop hands, jack 9.
If Michelle calls here, Edouard has half the chips in play, 7 left. You know, best of luck to everyone else playing for second.
Michelle check back flop. Called turn.
Yeah, throw all the time banks in, pal. This one's going to take some time, and
Well, he's put 2 in there to start with. Henry, this is tough. I mean...
understandably so. Edouard does have all the offsuit 10x, so I think king of clubs, queen of diamonds, and spades is irrelevant in terms of possible combos of 10x.
It's just so tough when we've checked back flop, right? Because now Michelle does actually get to have some 10x, right? That raises pre-flop, checks back. And you play it as calling turn. So he knows he can call with that. When he's got, you know, the Jack 10 suited, the Ace 10 suited. Well, it's one combo of King 10 suited, I suppose. So perhaps he opened under the gun. I mean, assuming if he opens Jack 10 suited, who knows?
Very impressed if he can find a way out.
It's always tough though. He's check flop. He's kind of trapped.
Wow, GG's.
When you do lay a trap,
GG's, sir.
there we go. Michelle out in 8th. The perfect river card for Edward. Sees him, as you say, Henry, notching up past half the chips in play. I think Michelle was he third or fourth in chips? Fourth in chips, I think, going into that hand. So he's just knocked out another one of the biggest tips. Halil with another ladder off his 7.
Halil absolutely loving it, mate.
With 7 months. Look at that. 99 big blinds. 48.8%. We'll call it 50%, Henry. It's got half the chips in play. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Halil, mate, just out here with the King Deuce of Hearts open from UTG, the Ace 8 offsuit UTG open, and was down to, what, 5 bigs at some point, 9-handed. He's managed to ladder a couple of spots here. And the reality is, given how shallow the stacks are, in contention to get top 4, top 3. I mean, one double and you're part of the conversation, that's for sure.
I mean, give the man a colour up.
Yes, please get some of these chips off the table.
Şekerler alacağım.
He can. He can't. 6-5 offsuit. I'm still fancying this guy's chances. Anyway, Alex P.
Wow.
Just looks so sure of himself. But I now fancy this Alex's chances slightly more because he's got, well, really has a few more chips. And now he looks down at the aces. And he's all sorts of acting. How much have I got? What should I do here? I think you got to raise up to about 200k, mate.
Raise.
225. Just in time. For him to burn a time chip. Well, has Halil had enough? No, not yet. Unfortunately for Alex, Edouard looks down at a hand that he doesn't really get to go to war with. I say doesn't really because you never know. Georgi, though, certainly with a hand that can continue. Suited king in the big. For 125 more.
You know, may just fold here with ICM. Very tight. No, I'm
This is a man who's
serious, you know.
squeezing up with the ace-8 offsuit. Wearing a hat like that, he's not folding the king 3. I hear what you're saying, Henry.
It's going to be dominated a lot of the time off of the 19 big blind opening range. And
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This final table is delivering for action.
Top set, ace of hearts.
I mean, the saving grace is he may have too much here, he decides to chip, but no, he's going to bet. I like it. You want to bet ace 10-4 as the opener from the cutoff with the chip leader behind you in the big blind defense. Now, Georgi.
Yeah, I mean, if you start checking top set and betting everything else, it just becomes... I don't know where I'm going with this. We're just never checking on this board. IMO.
And nicely done. Just does cool. Avoids a temptation of getting out of line. Stacks to where they are. Picks up a pair. We'll keep him interested for one more at least, Henry.
Yeah, this hand isn't over just yet, James. We're going to be seeing a river card and...
Well, the one thing that can't happen, Henry, is the heart that pairs the board.
Yep, this is true.
The ultra cold deck unavailable in this coup, but there are plenty of ways we can see everything go in here over the next two streets.
Yeah, 3 of spades comes to mind. Grim River,
Right.
king pairing, obviously. Also grim. Going small, small,
Well, it got the ball in lockdown, right?
allegedly.
Yeah. Got that ace of hearts.
Oh,
Call announced.
Once more, Halil sat there with 7 blinds. Watching this, Nicky.
This is true, actually. It would be phenomenal if
Can
he
you-
finds another ladder or two.
Yeah.
Beautiful river card for Alex, by the way. I mean,
Right.
the Queen 10s, Jack 10s of the world that call flop and call turn.
Right, you're thinking the hands that call twice.
Yeah.
Some 10x to that sizing. Obviously, there's going to be some. And that Queen Jack obviously is going nowhere now, though. King X of Hearts, like we
King
see.
10 just improved to a boat.
Yeah. He doesn't want to be bothered. Just put them all in there. $1.2 remains. 1.44 in the pot.
All in.
Sicko.
Decide just to rip. And this is pretty interesting, right? Because it's a scary-ish river in theory for the cutoff, right, Henry?
Yeah, I mean,
What's he saying here? I've got ace 10, I've got ace king, I've got aces. Does he do this?
6s through 9s. Pretty gangster.
And does Alex ever make this play with sort of, ace queen, ace jack that's been counterfeited trying to make a weaker ace fold?
But we don't
If-
beat a weaker ace.
That's
though.
what I'm saying. So but if he doesn't make that play, then suddenly this king becomes a far more attractive hand to call with, right? Because we're blocking ace king, we're blocking kings.
Yeah, it's a cut-off open as well, so wider range than usual. You're just hoping 5s through queens, basically, just blasting off here. Maybe a hand like,
The jack 9 of hearts, queen 9 of hearts.
yeah,
There's not many.
wanna be doing it with some hands that block the best 10x, like hand like king jack, king queen of clubs. But again, in my mind, wouldn't make sense to jam those. Actually, I mean, I guess if you're trying to get an ace to fold. Kurigi really thinking this one over. Small c-bet on the flop. Just trying to reverse engineer this. I mean, if I'm sat in his shoes, my curiosity's peaked for sure. Small, small, big. Very narrow range of hands, and does eventually fold.
The MPP brought to you by luxonpay. This is the EAPT final table, and it is delivering, and it's still very early in said final. We've only been playing for an hour and a half, but we have seen all sorts. Most notably, Edouard picking up 50% of the chips in play, with 7 remaining. Halil been in the battles off his short stack, has laddered up twice. My God, ace 9 offsuit. He has, well, a monster stack compared to the rest with his 27 blinds. But I hope no reason to get involved here. There's all sorts going on behind him. Just let them battle it out. With 7 left, everyone's guaranteed 17,000. We're on a 4K pay jump, so not too much to worry about now. In fact, the next jumps are 4K, 7K, 8K, 14K, 17K, and 33K. So he doesn't want to keep his nose out of trouble for a few jumps, you would have thought. Halil! 6.5 blinds in King Queen. Off he goes. Will he get it through? Certainly will through Georgi. Hakan with an ace. Henry for 5.5 more.
650.
Short stack on short stack violence.
How much?
One can only assume.
God, so grim.
Yeah, right. He's got 30 blinds here. It's an easy call. Oh, he folds. There we go. Just preserving himself. Henry preserves the stack.
Does make sense given how shallow everyone is.
Alex D. Also gonna fold. Halil all in once more, this time with 10s. Far better spot. And only question really here is how long will Edgar take to fold his Queen 5 suited, Henry?
James Dempsey, you behave.
10 seconds in. Do we get to single digits?
He's asked for a count, I mean. He's really trying to milk the cow here. And I get it, you know, the difference between 7th and 2nd, James, $50,000. Running down the clock and just getting you know, the least amount of hands in, it's allowed. It's allowed. I don't like it.
I disallow.
You know, from an entertainment point of view, it slows down the game, and I'm not a fan personally. But it's not bending the rules, and our chip leader has disappeared. Just
taking a
for
break.
Yeah, you know, half the chips in play, why not?
So I'm going to let you guys catch up. Let me know when there's 3 left. Here he comes, our chip leader. He's like, hang on a second, you guys are playing all these hands. Do you not know who I am? Wants to get himself involved.
Alex in the big against the chippy. You don't like it, but you just got to take the spot. Actually, I'm really not sure, you know, with ICM.
Yeah, do you think maybe just... Yeah, I like this. These guys are playing.
Yeah.
He's seeing them make mistakes. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
slightly rushed on my side too.
Oh no, I mean,
Presumptuous there, but
I
I think you just print money by folding, given given the way this final table has played out thus far. My man Alex with the bodysuit on, all armored up. James, we might be able to get an evening workout in, you know. It's 2 hours until we have a champion here.
what are you going for? Well, if it's this man, it's likely to be quicker. If someone else is going to win, it's going to take a while. Because
Don't you dare.
they're going to have to pry them off him. Georgi, 4-5 suited from the hijack. Has a little think about it, because he's got 4-5 suited, Henry, and it's a gorgeous looking hand.
Has equity against aces, right?
Edgard popping it up from the button.
Yeah, the chip leader out of the way, covering both players. Oh no, not yeah, it's slightly covering.
Well, the same stack as Alex D.
2.5 million.
In the
Total
big.
ship.
I guess Henry just ICM,
Yeah, you can-
all that kind of stuff, just means a jam is probably the only real
One here.
option here, right? Can't really do anything else.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I guess King's strong enough to 3-bet induce, but seems to be what he's.
I mean, I love it.
But I know,
Because you know me,
100%
I don't believe in
do,
ICM.
yeah.
But
I know you don't. You're old school, James.
I love this. I'm trying to learn from the likes of you, Henry. Tell me.
From the likes of me,
Yeah.
I think you have better friends within your circle
How much?
to learn from. Certain Chris Moorman comes to mind.
He doesn't believe in ICM either.
That's just not true.
Plays for titles.
That's true. He does actually. He's a bit of a sicko.
We play for trinkets. That's what we call them.
I was speaking with Kate Lindsay today. Or this morning, I should say.
Katie Lenz.
Yeah, I woke up to a very random voice note. I think they were out. Evening bender, if you will.
And what did Miss Lindsay have to say for herself?
I'll tell you afterwards. You know, I should have just bit my tongue and
the topic came up. You couldn't help yourself.
That's it. I need to learn. I'm still young and dumb in that sense. Where
Obviously, we were sort of not considering there that Edgard would jam. It wasn't really likely to happen, but it wasn't also impossible. You know, sometimes these people level themselves. So you give them the option there with the two kings to level himself.
So if I'm not mistaken, break just round the corner.
Как будто ты ракету запустил.
Yeah, end of this level. 40-minute levels.
Yeah, story checks out.
We're going to make them play 2 hours and 2 minutes in the first block because they had 2 minutes left on the level.
Dear players, we start a new table, bottom with Omaha 510. Mr. Ham, David, Thomas, Sofa, Rafi, Vladimir, please take your seats. We are starting.
It's gonna be a lot of race folding from this crowd until we lose a couple more players. The ICM stranglehold is currently at its tightest. 7 left. With an overwhelming chip leader, half the chips in play. And Halil just says, okay, pal. I'm all in. Ace 9.
Yeah, he's said what this is his third jam. They've all been, you know, completely standard jams since we got to 7-handed, and they're all going to get through, and that's just great for him. Just keeps himself alive. And it's great for Edward as well, right? Just
1-1 thing.
Saving face a little bit here. Everyone knows you're opening super wide. Gets the count, 10 big blinds whenever calling. But again, going back to that whole... What?
No ace.
whoa! Wow!
Wow.
Bizarre.
That,
I mean, he was.
yeah, not sure. Trying to reverse engineer the thought process here, maybe just falling too in love with
What's
the
the
price being laid.
Huh?
Maybe
No.
felt like, you know, if he's up against ace king, ace queen, those types of hands, he's gonna have 40% equity.
I'd say the rest of them are loving this because at least they got a shot at it, but it's likely to double Halil up here. Up into the
hello.
heady heights of 2 mil, but
Halil already knows. He just already knows.
got a pair draw, flush draw. Edward is now the favourite.
That's insane, yeah.
Well, too many outs, perhaps, Henry. The old too many outs syndrome. We've seen it time and time again.
7-10 heart needed, James, to be down to 6. As Halil's going to double up. And, ooh, the dirty way.
Wow.
7 of diamonds.
The original out.
Corner pocket.
I think Halil didn't even notice at first, perhaps. He's thinking, no 10, no heart. He's done him dirty.
Wow.
Halil out in 7th. Edward continues the march. This is incredible stuff.
March on he does. Look at this, James. I mean, come on.
Ludicrous. Absolutely.
13, 29, 23, 14 apiece for Alexander and Georgi, and then Hakan with just 10 big blinds. By the way, note Georgi's surname, Flipovic. You could argue
That's unfair.
destined to be a poker player. 21k locked up. Ladders start getting more fun.
Yeah. 7k jump now. We went from what, 3k jump, a couple of 3k jumps and a 4k jump. Now 7k jump. It's
adding up.
business is beginning. Ace 3.
Oh.
I'm excited to limp in.
Yeah, no.
Like this, Henry? Against Edward in the lone big.
We're just fancy play syndrome, just trying to get overly creative. Something I'm incredibly guilty of myself. I understand that there's a dead small and we have an ace, but, you know, yeah, exactly. Edward just gets to do this very liberally.
That. Love that. Oh,
Yeah.
Showman fold.
Just give him the walk. He's earned it. He's chip leader, has 55% of the chips in play. You're comfortably in second. You know, we don't need to lock horns with the only player at the table that can send us home. There's a 40k difference between going home now and going home in second. So
I love Edward as well. I mean, you know, he made a mistake with a 9-7 suited, but just punish, pure punishment. He's gonna go after these guys now even more than he was The ladders, as we say, being a bit more relevant.
We continue warm up day 1B, small line 200, big line 400, and 400. Dealer shuffle up and deal.
It got 2 threes off 23 bigs. They're just all in a turmoil.
Don't you dare. Thought about it.
Alex P.
Tell you what, if Alex P gets a double,
He knows what's going on.
he seems very aware, very present, focused, dialed in. Just put it in, Edward. It's whatever. You just get to, yeah, exactly.
The barking shark. He rifles it in.
You just get to jam.
A whole stack of 5k chips go across.
The barking shark, please do explain. 7-3. I'm trying to picture the two cards next to each other. Hang
In
on.
fact, I think I've thrown you with this one before. I know I have.
I'm trying to visualize two cards in my hand.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. You just got to accept it's the barking shark.
Does it look like a barking shark?
Yeah, the 7's like a fin.
Well, I get that.
Doesn't have to make sense.
Okay. Getting to the nonsensical part of the stream, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay.
We haven't even had our first break yet, Henry, and the barking shark's made an appearance.
What else have you got for us?
Oh, you wait. We've got weeks of this ahead. I mean, thankfully for the viewers at home, by the time Triton comes around, they confiscate my microphone. They're like, he's had too much. let's move him.
Yeah.
Let's move him upstream somewhere.
And then I get partnered with the worst of it, Arlene Najad. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's it's borderline torture.
Edward, I love this. We're just gonna rip. Now, do we look at this stage, or do we just start having the fun of just pretending to look and rip?
Oh, you sicko, James.
I mean, if we're ripping 100%, let's just do it pure.
I agree, but I think not looking is just slightly disrespectful to our opponents.
I'm not concerned about disrespecting my opponents.
Yeah, I think maybe it's something I give too much importance to. What was going on? I mean, yeah.
Now it's gonna be different. This hand, it's gonna be different now.
Что говорит он?
Ну, теперь по-другому.
The verbal jousting at the table.
He knows me, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. He knows me.
Если ты говоришь, что у него побольше, это уже не игрушка.
So it's going to be different this hand because he's 20 effective against the big blind, but I don't think that changes things, pal. Alex P. Out the way as Alex D bows out as well. Queen 7, in we go. Wow, does just fold.
I mean, you can win them all, but he said, I don't have to win them all.
Yeah. Let's see what Edgard would have woken up with.
I'm thinking if I look or no, I will see it later on TV.
Negative free roll. Edgard knows what's up.
Yeah, later on.
Ace.
So the verbal jousting actually working in Edgar's favor there.
No deal, guys. No deal.
No deal. Being thrown out already.
No deal.
Alan.
Edward with the suited king. That's what we're going to get for the foreseeable future. Is this man just jamming? Until someone either takes a stand and doubles or a couple of players bust.
It's a great fun spot to be in when you're playing poker.
It's one of the rare, pure moments of MTT poker. Something that we don't get to experience all too often, and when we become the chosen ones, it's euphoric.
And another one gets through. Go taking a moment to fold the ace-5 off for 23 blinds. That is a mountain of chips. But he does have a mountain of chips, so it makes sense. If you've got 6% of the chips in play with 6 left, maybe you should have a mountain of chips. I'm worried about the structural integrity of the table. But if it sits there for the next few weeks, it's going to be like, hey, why is the table dented here?
Wow, and it goes. How pure is he running? I mean, waking up with legit hands. This is so fun.
I hope they all start laughing. They should all start laughing.
Everyone just absolutely hates you.
Okay.
Hakan not incentivized to tank here, by the way. Like,
well, yeah, what's going on?
Not satellite.
yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
There we go. It's about time they start laughing at the situation. Because hey, it's just one of those things that happens.
Yeah, I just don't think they're aware that they're disincentivized to tank. They want to be getting in as many hands as possible. Go on, Edgar. Just rifle it in, mate. Let's just go for the win. You got a pair. Behave. What's he seen on there?
Yeah, whatever it was,
The
it came
muck.
off easier enough.
That's what he found. Alex D is just loving this, by the way. He's just like, I'm just going to make 40k like this, you know.
As long as this goes on, the closer he gets a second.
Queen 7 fold was interesting, but I think the verbal jousting worked.
Ah, you got to throw a bone every now and again.
You know, the sick thing is when someone does finally make a stand, he's going to actually wake up with a legit hand. It's just always how it plays out.
He's going to have ace queen against ace jack, isn't he?
Yeah, something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, will someone find something that can jam before he jams? Again, I'm not sure why Hakan is now jumping on the time-wasting wagon, because this is a final table. There's no stalling benefit here. And, yeah, he wants to get hands in as quickly as he can. He has 8 blinds. Edgard's like, come on, dude, hurry up.
Alex
Here we go, Alex P with an ace on the button. Let's go. The thing is, it's kind of scary because, yeah, he called with 9-7 suited before.
That is true. If that's the adjustment being made, that our opponent isn't like ICM aware about call-off ranges, then, you know, I agree.
Yeah.
But Edward is not incentivized at all to knock Alex out. Like, he wants to keep these short stacks in for as long as possible so that he can continue to abuse his ICM dynamic, get the 25 big blind stacks down to sub 20 before starting to try and claim scalps.
Claim scalps.
Allegedly. This is what I'm saying, yeah, I can just...
Nice. Very nice.
Very nice, yeah. Believe we're going on break, which means he's now, through tanking, inadvertently going to be in the big blind, and the big blind's going to be, I assume, what, 150?
120.
120?
60, 120 next level.
60, yeah, so 60.
Yeah, I don't get what he's what possible benefit he sees in doing this, and it's suddenly come about. He suddenly started doing it. I don't understand. Maybe he's got a big bet. He makes the first break.
There you go.
You never know.
As a betting man yourself, you would be the one to call that.
You never know. I started kneeling with people during the World Series this year who were like unnecessarily tanking in the day. I was like, come on, guys, like, how big's your bet? And they'd be like, what do you mean? I went, well, you obviously had a massive bet you're going to make day 2. Oh, why is you wasting all our time?
Oh, man. We still I don't believe, have we ever played a hand of poker together, James?
You wouldn't like it.
I don't think we have we? We need to speak with Neil and Rob and these guys and try and...
Your head would be in turmoil.
Listen, I'll happily come and donate to the cause. A little MVP meetup game. Low stakes so that, you know, there's no love lost.
If he super speeds up now, maybe he just gets the button from all this tanking. I think there's about 5 minutes left on the level. He's posting big blind now. Maybe he's timed this perfectly. He wants his button when the blinds go up. Maybe he's a genius. It is the luxonpay Mediterranean Poker Party. This is the EAPT final table. It's 1K buy-in. 675 entries. Just 6 remain. 100K up top. It's punchy. And right now, it's only going one way. Anyone wants an even money bet? They can have the field. I'll have Edouard. Hit me up. Look at him. Jack 6 offsuit. The short deck 7 deuce. He rips it in.
Девушка, вы оставьте этот значок там. Алын, этот значок оставьте там, говорю.
Okay, now break, next time all in. 5 hands all in, one hand break. So funny.
Some attempts at humour being met with the classic, so funny.
No good.
I'll have a bet with you, James. Can bet on who's going to come second.
Well, Alex P. Push the chips across the line here, Henry. No.
He's very ICM aware, this guy. Very ICM aware.
It's such a big boost for him, though, isn't it, to get that 1.1 through, take chips off the smaller guys. Like, if you deny these guys.
The risk reward just, yeah. The reward of picking up 2 bigs.
Will Hakan make a stand here with the 2 3s and find himself in a flip against Edouard? Edouard's ripping every hand. And just finds a pretty nice hand in 7-8 suited.
Yeah, the risk reward just... I'm curious to... there we go. In it goes.
Here we are then.
4 deuce in the bin. I didn't see any 8s or 7s dead, and clubs seem pretty live.
The first attempt
At a scalp.
at a double, I was going to say. The first person to put up a fight.
What card?
Yeah, very good.
It's Hakan. Will he get rewarded for the bravery? Will Edwards' run good continue?
This is the insane thing. Like, even if Hakan doubles, it doesn't change anything.
Right.
Edward just gets to continue.
It's only 2 hands worth of jamming.
Open jamming, literally. It's this is how much of a print it is for him.
It just hurts everybody else.
I think he already knows that he's won this flip, so he just doesn't care.
Well,
I mean,
6-6-9 flop. He can get there with a 9. He can get there with an 8. He can get there with a 7, 10, 5. Can you do it dirty? Can he win with 8 high?
I'm not a fan of getting there with the 9, personally, just
9
because you have to fade the
9 deuce run out. And he wins
the
with the
24 card redraw.
Well, there's the 4. So
now
now,
four
now
no,
the 4, the
wouldn't do it.
9. Oh,
Sorry.
this is...
4 would be a chop, James.
Oh, apologies. A 9, a 7, an 8, a 5, a 10. An ace, 3's hold. Ah, the man is susceptible. He can be beaten. Hakan doubles up to all of 13 blinds, with the blinds going up after... I mean, we're getting very close towards the end level. I think we've got time for one more hand, Henry, at this level. And the blinds will be going up.
It's never easy, is it? Tournament poker. Never easy.
Префлоп неплохо стоял, флоп неплохо стоял.
Да там вообще и 9, и 7, 8, 5, 10. Потом 4 еще тоже аута.
Ну, если 9, то надо еще, чтобы высокая была, чтобы не поделить. Ну, то есть, в смысле,
Так,
маленькая.
Там 6. А,
Я имею в виду, что если 9 падает, например, там...
ну троечка.
Да, надо тоже маленькая.
На дабл-Т.
Ну да, тоже верно.
ما فيش هذا أكتر ما فيش بالتورنوا.
It's quite nice that he's jamming every hand, and he gets caught out, and he's holding the 7-8 suited. Everyone's like, oh, maybe he's not jamming every hand. Maybe he's being reasonable. Ah, ace 2 suited. That's more than reasonable. Here we go again. This is indeed the last hand before break. The first break of the day, and we're down to 6 already. And the way this has been going, there may not be another break after
I was
this.
about to say, you know, fortunate to be coming back with 6. This could have easily been down to 3-4 players here, James. It's been a one-way ticket to...
Right, well, I mean, we're going on break. Why are we tanking now?
I think it's just an ego thing, to be perfectly honest with you.
Ooh. Heck up with 2 million. Does he want to make a stand?
Yeah, don't even think about it, pal.
Wow. Could we see pushback in the last hand before the break? Henry says don't do it.
Yeah, I think I would, if I had to hazard a guess, the call-off range here is probably queens plus ace-king.
He has, what, 3 shorter stacks?
Yeah, I mean, this is the best case scenario, is that you're up against a weaker ace-x.
Right.
And more often than not, he just has, you know, 2 live cards.
He's just got 38% of it. Wow, I love it. I love it. He's had enough. He's going to see. He says, let's go. I want to fight. I want to win this thing. There's 100k up top. There's a trophy. Not that you push around. And like you say, Henry, gets the great news.
Edward just looks disgusted. And
yeah, Edward actually had one like ace 2 suited. It's like actually reasonable for once.
that's... Am I allowed to call a spade a spade?
Well, he's got spades. And there's a spade and a diamond on the flop. It's potential. Here is potential. Edward needs a deuce. Running diamonds. Running 4-5, perhaps.
Oh.
Wouldn't you know it?
Oh.
Wouldn't you know it? He picks up not diamonds on the turn.
Dealer. Oh, you didn't.
He goes original again, Henry.
Oh, you didn't.
He loves hitting that original
James
out.
Dempsey, ICM is not a myth, my friend.
Wow. I'm coming around to your way of thinking. Look at this. Edward knocks out Edgard. And now has, what, 14, 15 million chips? Here, 14 and a half. 72% of the chips in play with 5 left. And Alex Dusko's loving life, Henry. He's strolling to second.
I mean, James, can we just take into account there that at the time of that all-in, Edgard was joint second in chips.
Right.
Going home now in 6th with 21,000. Second place, 67,000 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You know, you got 3 sub-11, sub-10 big blind stacks, call them what you will. Ace-10, just not the hand to make a stand with, in my opinion. But hey, here we are.
And we'll be back in, what, a little over 10 minutes for more of this. The MPP EAPT final table here at Merit Cyprus.
Is a flexible, customer-focused e-wallet that puts you in control of your money. Offering many deposit options, funds can be sent around the world in a wide range of currencies. With a simple currency exchange service making it easy to use your money globally. luxonpay e-wallet to deposit to a wide range of online merchants or buy in to global live poker events and skip the queues. luxonpay accounts come with 24/7 support and are fully regulated, offering many secure payment options. Setting up an account is quick and simple, so why not join the growing number of luxonpay users taking full advantage of our innovative high-end services.
At least.
Michael just thinking better of it, right? 15 bigs, he's got king queen off. He's like, well, this guy might bust here. You got Benzie in the big with what, 11 behind, and looks like he's going to throw in some cooling chips here with the 5-6 offsuit. This again, not sure about this, Henry. Yeah, okay, he does fold. Good boy, Benzie. I would have been surprised having watched Benzie play the other day. I think he's you know his onions in these spots. And well, Halil actually in pretty good shape. You see the 44% against Edgard's ace-4 suited.
Yeah, loving it as it stands, equity-wise.
And, well, it's going in.
Hello.
He swapped trips, but he's still only 75% to win.
I tell you what, James, if a club rolls off a non-8 of clubs club, I've got a funny feeling Halil's going to erupt.
Edgard's just works out like, what's this guy up to? And he's just like, well, I guess I'm all in for 5 blinds. Halil's going to beat him in the pot. And look at it. He's doing the whole, what have you got? What have you got? Well, he's got the 10. Well, it is a little at risk. And way more risk than he would have expected in this spot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. Probably expect to see that your opponent's drawing to 2 outs, the pair in their hand, or sometimes even ace-king, ace-queen.
Just overs with a lone club.
Needs a non-9, non-8 club river to send Halil home in 9th. Ooh.
A black card, Henry.
Yeah, made me flinch.
How much?
Halil been in the mix early doors.
That's a really interesting dynamic now. Because as
3.5 big blind call.
The old check rizzle.
And those white chips 100Ks. The blue ones there appear to be the 5Ks.
Yeah, now I just bet pot. Or maybe even slightly more. So whatever you want. I mean, 80 to 120. With a very disguised hand in terms of relative hand strength. And also I think we want to go polar here, given that we're also going to have hands like ace-queen, ace-jack, ace-4, ace-5 of diamonds that are going to blast. And also when you're blocking, you know, the middling hands like 10x.
Gone for level 2/3. Then the 620. Tough spot for Alex. Peeled pre. Check, check, flop. Check, call, turn. And now if faces a second barrel on this river. As Henry says, those diamond draws missing. Myriad of straight draws, both gutters either direction missing. What are the hands every this size and we think we're sort of calling against if we're going to call and win? What do we?
What's going on here? Is this?
Oh, come on! Is he just having are we just doing a stock take? No, this isn't a stock take. This is a pump up.
Oh, this is
love it.
Absolutely insane.
I mean, not going to work, but I love it. He just clicked it.
It's 40 more. 20 more.
He's clicked it. Absolute min clicked it.
40.
40.
You can see just how uncomfortable Edvard is here with top 2.
And he's like, yeah, whatever. Cool. Let's see it.
And there you go, James. I mean, I stand corrected. This flop check back.
Yeah.
Bet turn, bet river. Alexander.
You see, Alex saw that river sizing saying, well, I agree with you in a lot of situations. I don't think the ace is as relevant against Halil because I think Halil just seems like the guy who's just going to be like, right, I've got an ace, blind, let's go. You're completing, I'm ripping it in on you.
Yeah, exactly. Big fan of this this hat, by the way. Gonna have to speak with Georgi afterwards, find out where I can nab one of those.
Maybe if he wins, you can get that one signed.
I think I probably could. I've pulled stuff off like that before.
Alex P with the ace-5 in the cutoff, 660. Are we going in? Are we rifling? Feels like a rifle spot. He does rifle. He's like, I haven't locked that up yet. There's been some action here. People are doing some things. Edward with an ace in the big himself for 8. I guess it's time to see 5, boys.
Yeah, this is close, tightest player at the table, hasn't played a hand thus far. Taking the jam spot, but he does ultimately make the call and going to be chopping. See 44% of the time.
It's a fair fight.
It is a fair fight.
To 3 to 5. To 3 to 5.
Know what everyone else is rooting for. Little 3 ball, but 5 in the
Ooh.
Hello. All right. Okay, never easy.
You love seeing the 5. You hate seeing the 4 and the 7 roll off
ridiculous. Behind. How is that the 5 in the window followed by the only 2 cards that can give our opponent infinite outs? Nothing changing on the turn.
One thing it can't be, and there is a chop. And that's what they all thought it was going to be to start with. King on the end. Double up for Alex P.
Yeah,
he looks thrilled about it. Look at him. I like this. I like his table presence. And he's giving nothing away. He looks very experienced to me from what we've seen. I know we've only seen him fold up until now, basically. But he looks like he's not phased in this spot. You see, Halil's quite animated. Waves the flag. Queen on the river now. But he's not necessarily done with this. Unfortunately, from Georgi's point of view, the kind of hands maybe you want to blast off the 7s, the 8s, the 10s. We do have an 8 blocks that.
Oh, he's knuckled it over for James.
Love that.
This man.
Does Georgi do it? Queen's quite a good card, right? What are his squeezes? He's going to have hands like King, Queen, Ace, Queen. He can have hit this card. His opponent doesn't hit it too often. Like the King, Queen of Spades, maybe. King, Queen of Diamonds.
Try and put 7s, 10s in a really tough spot.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, the eight works against him here. But there are other pair combos. I'm just saying there. 7s, the 8s, the 10s. Also, his opponent can still just have a hand like Ace 10, Ace Jack of Spades, perhaps, that called the flop. I'll knock them out.
Apple juice has arrived.
But then you're looking around this table, you're going, there's some short stacks here. Do I need to wing this in? This has been so well played by Edward. Oh boy. He's going small. Interesting.
Just trying to fold out
the better ace highs?
Yeah.
Oh, is this like trying to intimidate the 7s and the 8s, thinking, oh, he's just rivered a queen, I'm just going to go for a tiny bit of value.
See what Edward comes with.
Right, we have to raise this, right? This sizing,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we just have to raise.
Versus, especially versus bet, check, bet, I don't think queens are ever checking turn. All in.
This is a great hand. Hello. Michelle. Enjoying it. Potential for ladders. He's working the double glass.
Yeah, I was about to say, Michelle getting ready for the afternoon hike. You know, he's got the body warmer on. He's got the sunnies.
The cap. The double glasses scenario. He does check jam.
So sick.
He's just like, what have I done? And this is so funky, right? I mean, he's got ace 8 high. But I mean, there are situations here where you'd be like, what is this guy up to? How does he have a hand here? How does he have a hand that wants to check jam? Does he have 9s?
Oh, Edward. Benzie, good man, takes the spot. Oh, hello. I mean, this is what we're talking about. When it gets this short, these hands just play themselves.
Yep, exactly that, Henry. It's time. Bad news for Benzie. It's Edgard's going to kick in his king-queen off.
Oh, wow.
Alex P folding the king-jack
So this was just going in, you know, regardless.
Well, look at an ace, but... I'll hit the muck and a chance to ladder for all. It is Benzie at risk.
2 kings
King,
then
queen,
and a
10.
queen.
King, queen, 10. 10, 10.
Only 1 king, 2 queens left in the deck.
On timing. All in.
Well, one timing? Did you say bad timing? One time? Who knows? He's gonna need help.
As queen, I have set.
He did have a set. No. Oh, last time I had a set. There we go. That's useful. Benzie needs clubs by the back door. A king or queen via the front door. Well, it is the back door that is just cracked open a little bit, Henry. Can he blast through it? Oh, Georgi. Get a much needed hold. Black card on the river. With the wrong suit. Benzie. Back-to-back final tables to kick off the festival here at the MPP.
S8.
We're going to see 3 in.
Interesting 3 it is.
Queen 10-8 rainbow double gut shot for Edward. Michelle does not want to improve to top 2 on the turn.
Such an interesting flop, isn't it? Because we know Michelle's, well, we assume Michelle's opening tight. Edward knows that.
Wow, checks.
And this flop helps Edward so much, but at the same time, it's like, well, this is where Michelle's living. Pair in a snap check back, Henry, with that top pair. That's just, is that too defensive?
It's a pretty scary board.
No, he elicits a bet from Edward. Edward going after what here, Henry? Like the 9s? 7s? I don't know. Just the...
Yeah, same hand, ace king, ace jack, 9-7s as you already alluded to. I gotta see a river, 1.2 out there.
Oh
my.
Wow.
I mean, the saving grace for Michelle was that the 10 did pair on the turn when Edward put chips in the middle.
Right, but surely with pot behind.
You know, the funny thing is if Edward does jam and Michelle snap calls.
He does move all in. Michelle's going to hate this because, like you say, Henry, there's a 10 there. It's entirely possible the way this is played out. There are hands like this, ace jack, potentially. Of course, other strong flop hands, jack 9.
If Michelle calls here, Edward has half the chips in play, 7 left. You know, best of luck to everyone else playing for second.
Michelle check back flop. Called turn.
Yeah, throw all the time banks in, pal. This one's going to take some time. And
well, he's put 2 in there to start with. Henry, this is tough. I mean...
Understandably so. Edward does have all the offsuit 10x, so I think king of clubs, queen of diamonds, and spades is irrelevant in terms of possible combos of 10x.
It's just so tough when we've checked back flop,
luxonpay
right?
is a flexible, customer-focused e-wallet that puts you in control of your money. Offering many deposit options, funds can be sent around the world in a wide range of currencies. With a simple currency exchange service making it easy to use your money globally. luxonpay e-wallet to deposit to a wide range of online merchants or buy in to global live poker events and skip the queues. luxonpay accounts come with 24/7 support and are fully regulated, offering many secure payment options. Setting up an account is quick and simple, so why not join the growing number of luxonpay users taking full advantage of our innovative high-end services.
Welcome back, one and all, to the Merit Diamond Royal Resort here in Northern Cyprus. Once more, we are here for the luxonpay Mediterranean Poker Party, and it is myself, James Dempsey, and Henry Corbin calling the action at this, the EAPT final table. Henry, at the moment, it seems like it's only going one way.
It does indeed, James, and it's been a roller coaster of an FT. It really, you know, let's think back to the pace of play at the start, very slowish, and then just a couple of, you could argue, misplayed hands by people at the table gave Edward this huge chip lead.
Right.
The aces trap comes to mind. Not necessarily a misplay, but you know what I mean.
Things fell his way, yeah.
Yeah, it just really changed the entire flow of this FT, and now it's just open jamming season for Edward until things change slightly.
Yeah, and you see the payouts there. Obviously, he's got his, well, he's got 9 fingers wrapped around first prize and that 100k that goes with it. The rest are, at the moment, forced to play kind of a laddering game up towards that 67k and the 50k. And as you say, of course, Rafael, we saw call it off with ace 10 last hand for the break with what he tied second in chips, yeah. Finished in 21k. Obviously, very unlucky to do so. Was looking good to double up until the deuce on the river, but there we go. You take your chances. You take this man on. You're asking for trouble. Here he goes again. Are we just back to business as usual? Open ripping? Sure enough, we are.
Business as usual.
Blind's now 60-120.
This Hakan character, I tell you what. back.
I mean, yeah. Well, I don't get it. Just Hakan, I'm going to call you out. Just get on with it, mate.
It's just ego, James. That's
But
all it comes down to.
Yeah, you said that. I don't understand what this means.
Well, what I mean by that is he doesn't like the fact that he's not the one getting to do the pushing around. He doesn't like the fact that he's the one getting put in the bin.
See, so surely you just fold quickly and make out that you've always got bad hands.
Mate, you're preaching to the choir. Like
it seems counter.
You know, I 100% agree with you, pal.
I'd be like, oh yeah, well done, you sharped. I had 7 deuces again. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't like it. Doesn't like the fact that he's the one not being allowed to play poker, basically.
No, you can go all in.
Пока можешь по-русски.
Теперь не можешь all in.
Почему я могу? Я все могу.
I can. Maybe he just starts rifling it in himself, you know?
I'd love him a bit more for it than this nonsense. Remember, guys, you're watching a final table. There is no stalling. There is no other table. You're trying to get to play more hands. There's no final table bubble. We're already there. Alex, ace-7 in the small. Well, ripping's far different. But then, Amy, I don't know, talk to me. What do we do? I mean, ripping and gaining what? Gaining a couple of blinds doesn't really change anything, does it?
Yeah, I mean, he's already been put in the bin once when he attempted to limp button. And the reality is that we are not raise calling off this hand. So the only options available to us, in my opinion, are to jam ourselves or to just fold.
It's folding all right. I'm tempted now looking at this. We got what, 2 stacks sub 10. Realistically, first prize is gone. Is it okay to just fold?
The reality is this... Am I overthinking this? But this body language, this doesn't exude confidence, doesn't exude strength. So if we come in for a limp, we are literally opening ourselves.
I think it's jamming or folding here, but I'm saying for once I'm getting on board with the fold.
Yeah. Yeah, he just doesn't like it.
I love it. I think just he's comfortably second in chips. He's looking great to get at least third for 50k.
Yeah.
It's really hard for him to ever win this.
Yeah, everyone, you know, they seem agitated, they seem frustrated at Edward's chip lead here and the ICM dynamic, but that's just part of the game. This is poker, this is MTT poker, and it's not fun, I get it, but you fold, you make 50k. It's as simple as that. Like, it sucks that the chances of winning the tournament now has been reduced significantly for everyone bar our overwhelming chip leader. Not to count people out, I'm just talking from a statistical edge point of view.
You know, they can get back in, but you're going to need to get dealt a big pair a couple of times.
Yeah, just fold and, you know, make money. Let others make mistakes, and I think that's where our man in
turbo fold
C2,
from Hakan there. Nice
Alex P, just has an edge. He just comes across as patient. He's looked down at ace-10 off, 6-handed, and just, you know, slides it into the muck. A hand which he would have won, by the way.
Edward's looking.
If we're being results-oriented. In it goes. In it goes. 5 left. 28,000 locked up. 100,000 for first. More importantly, $41,000 difference between 5th and 2nd.
Right. It's funny. I mean, I'm talking, say, but I think you have to approach this if you're one of those guys. As your first prize is out of reach at the moment. Get to 3-handed and you get double up. Maybe things are different. But the frustrated. Oh!
You already know.
Oh, there it is, Georgi. 2 10s.
100%, mate. Like, actually wakes up with a legit hand.
Georgi, loving life. Is it against a range of any 2, and you've got 2 10s? That's so big. Now, 2 10s does okay against normal shoving ranges, but when you throw in any 2, suddenly you've got all these combinations of cards. They've got 2 unders. It plays even better. And actually,
he's going to be absolutely disgusted to wake up and you're against that. That is,
it's a joke.
It is a joke.
It's outrageous.
Мог бы и 8-9 увидеть, да, какие-нибудь? Не обязательно.
I said that's how it's going to go down, though, mate.
Queen of the flop, wouldn't you know it? Edward spikes. Now, Georgi, backdoors, and a 10. Still possibilities. Still has a pretty large 17% equity on this flop. No. Equity has just been crushed. A 10 and a 10 only. Well, this is the last card for the man in the hat.
No dice.
The end once more. One more down.
Another scalp claimed.
Yeah, if there's a bounty tournament, must be on some score, wouldn't he? Well, Georgi, Henry, he gave it a go with the ace-8 earlier. He got lively. We'd love to see it. But ultimately, it left him short. And, well, the man called Flipperbitch didn't win the flip. He's out in 5th for 28k. That's why they pay me the big bucks, Henry. Hakan and Alex P with 9 and 7 blinds. Alex D just thinking, come on, guys, get your shrapnel in. Let me play this guy heads up and see if I can turn it around. And hey, if this suddenly were to get heads up quickly, Henry, I'm not saying it will. If, you know, we've seen Alex P very aware. Hakan is also not putting the chips in, and of course they're allowed to win all-ins. It might look like Edward wins every all-in. But if we were to get the heads up shortly, it'd be a very deep match.
Yeah, so blinds 60,000, 120,000. So still 150 out there. Well, more actually, 160. How long, James? Over-unders? We need to start betting on this.
We both want the same thing.
No. He's just laughing to himself, like.
I mean, Edward's timing is pretty impeccable. I like the pot size, just 16 million. All of his chips in there.
Okay.
Down to the final 4. 12k pay jump now between 4th and 3rd. He's going to continue.
I didn't see that coming.
With
I jest, people, I jest.
With the jamming. I mean, you could potentially start getting a little bit selective. The ICM pressure has loosened its grip after going from 7 to 4. It's just the way ICM works. And
Alex P. He's waited. He's waited. He then waited a little bit more. He then had a break.
It's a
And then he
patient
waited
man.
a little bit more. Now.
No mucking about this man. I'm a big fan. Big fan.
Puts it in with the butchers. And Edward, well, with his work cut out this time.
Yes. To say the least.
The Jack 6 off. What do you say, Henry? Maybe start to slip in some folds now, but I kind of like it. I think people maybe are going to overfold the rule.
Yeah, I'm not studied enough to kind of give too much of an authoritative
well, here we go.
Opinion.
Here we go. He's found a piece.
But I would certainly suggest after this hand, should he lose with the Jack 6, that he starts to be a little bit more selective.
Alex B looking to double up to over 10 big blinds, which would be monstrous.
He's cutting
Ah,
out.
he's paying.
He did that earlier on with the ace
He's doing
deuce.
the pay.
Almost
You pay, you
found
pay.
it.
But not this time.
Almost found it.
No miracle. The stoic Alex P.
Big fan. Stable demeanor. So now we have 13, 17, and 10.
Less than that for Hakan, isn't he?
Oh, of course, yeah, sorry, you were right.
He's on his little...
1.1.
We see the white chips there, obviously 100k a piece. The greenish hue colour ones are the 25s, and the blue are 5s. So that looks to be 1,050,000 for Hakan. The man, ooh. Ooh.
Whoa.
Maybe now he's sure to see what he wants to speed
Whoa,
up.
hang on a minute.
What's his strategy, do you think?
Someone whispering in his, what's going on?
Maybe that was it. He was like, oh, now I'm the shortest, let's go faster.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what the play is here for Edouard. I think we always want to jam into Alex's big blind, that's for sure. Second in chips. Once Hakan's out of the hand, he just gets to print. But certainly, 75% of the chips. If we double any of these players, they now have really playable stacks. Alex needs to just continue to be patient. Doesn't like it, but get out of the way. And here we go, King 6 against our good friend Hakan.
Jack 3, not enough, Hakan. Count chips though, make sure. Oh, looks like he's got 805,000 back.
Into the muck those cards go. And it's all Edouard. It's all Edouard as things stand. going to take a lot to beat him as well.
Don't they all look thrilled to be there? I think they're at a funeral.
All right, Dems.
Come on, guys, smile. You're playing for 100 beans.
I think it's more the situation at hand.
Yeah, but this man should be smiling. Not this man. I'm referencing Edward. He should be smiling. He should be loving life. This is only the 49th hand of the final table. He started the day with, what, 4.5 million chips as the chip leader. Now 16 million. Which would be heads up. Well, at any stage, there's 3/4 chips in play. But heads up, like, oh, I'm 3-1 lead. Heads up, loving life, should win this. He's doing it with 4 players left. It's just crazy.
But he's colouring up and just open jamming, picking up the blinds in the big blind ante. Getting ever closer. 80% of the chips in play. Good for 135 big blinds. He's the man to beat. Could be a short day in the office for us, Hakan. Bit of a needle from the graphics department there. It's like 4% of the chips in play after showing that Edward has 80%.
Hey, he's got average.
It's a little bit of a needle.
He's got average for the last 25. It's a good situation to be in.
Oh, Hakan beats him to the pot with the ace-4.
Ah, he's had enough.
Makes a stand and
everyone's rooting for a 10 or a 5. Hakan rooting, just an ace.
Only one.
He's effectively playing one card. I think he's going to win this one, Henry. The rise of Hakan. Will he win it? Who knows?
I don't know, man.
60-40. Well, I said he was only playing one card. Actually, his secondary card is pretty useful on that board. Doesn't even smile yet.
Is that what he said, was it? Only one?
I think there's only one. Oh! Oh!
Behave.
No counting chickens.
Behave. The old 5-5. No dice. I would have quit commentary.
I'd have turned the soundboard off, turned the TV off, laptop down, and just walked out.
Walked out because it was already over.
I'll just be like, well, if he's going to come back from 4-4 deuce, then how can anyone win?
Just doesn't even want to put... Look at him, man. Just locked up, healthy 5 figures, just hating life. Because he doesn't get to play the role of table captain. See if he goes back to tanking pre-flop now that he's doubled. Curious to try and reverse engineer the logic.
Get the system going.
Eurasian Poker Tour final table. $1,100 buy-in.
Well, that was a snazzy maneuver. He gets away from the Queen 3 offsuit.
Discipline lay down there. I think a lot of people go broke in that spot, James. And
well, the Alexes give Edward a walk.
As they should. It's actually a really interesting dynamic now because all 3 of them have very similar stacks, courtesy of the Hakan double with the ace-4. I think maybe start folding bottom 10% of range. The 10-5s, 9-3s, Jack deuces kind of thing. You're against an opponent that's not very ICM aware either. Timely jam here with the 7 high. Hakan going to punish us. Gets away from it. Finds the fold. Look at the setup on this bad boy. luxonpay, Mediterranean Poker Party, EAPT final table.
It's not cheap.
The crane overcam, giving us a glimpse of the background.
Yeah, we've not...
La Notte degli Assi. Final table tomorrow for that one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
There's what we'll be bringing you, and I'll have to work on that pronunciation.
You're welcome. Half Italian.
As am I. Doesn't mean I can speak it.
I love how Espen tried to snap call my bluff last night as well.
Hopefully there are a boatload of Italians here, and I will.
Okay, players coming back.
I will get it on good authority. I will chase Marco down. Be like, I need some help. Well, there you go.
Yeah, well, probably a good idea to get Marco in tomorrow at some point for a little 30-minute stint. Just talk about, you know, what he's been doing with the clubs, their partnership with Luxon and the MPP, doing great things, making big moves for the Italian poker scene, and you know, bringing 100 players to this series. I'm all for people that are looking to grow the game. Jack 10 premium in this setup.
Once again, all players coming back for day 2. Moto delle Assi. You can start taking your seats on the red tables.
Moto delle Assi. Day 2 kicking off any moment. That is, as Henry says, the event popping off screens tomorrow. Ooh, ever with the jam. Alex, the shortest now with Queen Jack.
It's pretty grim.
Is this the point where he goes,
I don't think it is.
I want to see some cards, pal?
Player behind as well. He's gotta do the math, and I respect it. Double here, you're in a good spot to lock up 67k. We're obviously more than aware of just how wide Edouard's jamming range is. Little does he know, he's in great shape here against Edouard's exact hand.
Come on, Alex. Roll the dice.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, we saw the snap call with the ace-4. We have a couple of jam spots where we get to RFI into Edouard after this hand. And I just think given Hakan's kind of frustration and willingness to, you know, just get involved, it's close. And listen, whatever decision he arrives at, good man. Good man.
Wow.
It's grim. It's grim.
Yeah, Alex D down to 1.4 million. Is that how
I know.
quickly they
That's why I think it's a fold, because it's
just the blinds just rip through so much.
Разные.
Хорошо обставил. У меня тоже валет 10.
Валет 10?
Думаю, дам валет плохо колол. Ну, я не знаю, может, нормально.
Hakan with 1.5 million in tournament points. Playing 61-20. Actually, we're playing some bizarre satellite. That's the situation that has developed here at the Eurasian Poker Tour final table. And here is Alex P with 10-8 suited. I mean, perhaps one of those spots you just mentioned. No. Thinks better of it.
Yeah, you definitely want to be the one doing the jamming instead of the calling off. Still have quite a substantial amount of fold equity given the stacks and just given how the incentivized Edward is to try and claim scalps at the moment. You're like a 99% lock to win. If you continue this for a couple more orbits, you know, you're just an absolute lock. Alex P going to be in the big blind next hand. Ace in his hand.
Once again, players coming back.
Folds.
Will take place on the red tables.
Floor tape.
Что там?
Пенальти. Выкинул сразу карту.
What happened?
И что?
Wait a minute, I'm so confused.
Floor.
Типа пенальти, что ли?
I missed it.
Okay.
Penalty. No penalty.
Who went?
Wait. Two-hand penalty for Alex.
Интересно.
Is it for Alex or is it for Hakan?
Well, Hakan, what actually happened?
Honestly, the camera was focused in on Edward. Floor was called.
Did he fold out of turn?
No, Hakan. Potentially, I think so.
Yeah, Hakan folded out of turn, I think, from the big blind. I think maybe.
Yeah, he did.
Unlike Hakan to fold too fast, Henry.
Wow.
Let's be honest.
That's actually, that's incredibly interesting. Dead small. Fortunately for him, it's only the small. I mean, you'd be furious if in the big.
I mean, just the irony. The irony that the man who folds so slowly is the one who folds out of turn.
Yeah. It kind of adds a weird, you know, to it. Especially now. Gets to kind of be on the button twice. I mean, we already knew what he would be doing more often than not. He's going to be announcing all in, but Hakan out of the way.
Incredible there's still 4 left with 3 of them having sub 12 blinds.
Yeah.
84% of the chips now, Henry. That big blind ante. He's loving that big blind ante.
Still not a lock. That's the crazy thing.
It's never a lock.
I wonder what he's going to do here with the Queen 8, James. Okay, he does find the jam. Just incredible performance from Edward so far today. Just everything going his way. A couple of ICM blunders.
I think he's played really well. I think the one mistake he made was calling off with 9-7 suited pre-flop. Don't know why he did that, but it worked out well. And then, of course, yeah, the couple of times people have put up a fight, it's either not mattered and he's doubled them up, or in the big spots he's got there. But I think he's been, bar that one hand with 9-7 suited, flawless today.
Well, I don't know what you mean, James, because on the flop he had more equity than his opponent.
He did.
So, you know, results oriented and all. This is just crazy. I mean, everyone's sub 10 now, James. Sub 10.
Finish.
Hakan back in the mix, under the gun. Hakan with the oh no, oh behave. So Hakan with the return finds the 9s, open rips, and Alex P.
Wow, there we go. Good news for Hakan, of course, as he covers.
In it goes. 1 queen dead. 10 deuce. Imagine if Edward just YOLO. It's like, let's go for the double scalp, you know.
I'm half surprised he didn't just look down at aces there. Many things have gone for him. Hakan behind, but is Alex P at risk? And the man giving off barely an emotion once more. His familiar state. Hakan, meanwhile, glasses off. Forward in the chair. Needs a 9 to take this three-handed. 6-7 jack block. Gives him the faintest hope of a little backdoor action, but Alex P, with the queen of clubs, is the one who likes this flop the most in that regard. Needs to do it pure, Henry. Almost staring Alex down. Don't you feel lucky, pal? Can you avoid these 2 9s? Ah, he can. It's a queen. It's a good measure.
Hakan not only losing the hand, James, now down to 580,000, 240k of which is going to have to be put in this hand.
Who'd be a poker player, eh? Second in chips all of a sudden. With 13 blinds. Alex P putting up the fight. We both called it early, Henry, with this guy. He seemed to have the demeanor and the...
Very ISM aware.
But just, I mean, just from the way he carries himself at the table early on. We picked him to be someone who clearly has experience.
Dealer's button is on seat number 8. Button on 8.
All in.
So Alex with the open jam on the button with the 5s kind of feels suicidal. Firstly, because Hakan is going to have to call off a lot, like any 2 in a lot of spots that we're just going to be flipping against more often than not. But secondly, on the off chance that Edward does call, we go out in 4th with Hakan sat on sub 3 big blinds.
Yeah.
Absolute disaster, but hey, fortune favors the brave. Dama Valet announced.
Similar spot here, Henry.
Behave. You are currently second in chips.
He's just got to fold.
He hates it. It's so horrible. ICM is a bitch. Don't waste your time, Bank. You might need those. Is he going to do the old 1.2? No, just goes for the all-in. Get through the person that he needs to get through. Hakan not going anywhere with sixes, one would assume. And Alex P going to fold the ace tray. I wonder which card he peaked first. I imagine peaking the ace of clubs first. 30k ladder. King Queen against sixes.
Here we go.
You already know what's coming.
5 cards.
Sixes are going to hold. And this Edward...
Edward will take it.
Yeah, Edward would definitely take it.
Then everyone would always take the ladder as well. You know, you're like, okay, let's get on with it. 6, there it is. Henry called it, but it's not over yet. There are back doors. Jack of clubs on board. Another club there behind it. Alex holding.
The old backdoor Bangkok needed, hey?
The old king of clubs.
Oh,
that
hello.
Is the turn card of dreams. From 7% equity to 31%.
That is absolutely insane.
Percent.
Kukuruku needed.
Well, there's other options than the Kukuruku. He saw 9, but 10 on the end.
Пиздец. Опа, что-то не то кинул.
So Hakan doubling up. Yet again, staying alive.
Edward's like, yeah, this is fun. You guys can all just trade chips around here. I'll just nick a few more blinds.
Yeah, no, loving this. Absolutely loving this. I mean, come on,
well,
look
there you
at
go.
this.
That's how it looks. 1.3, 900,000. And then this Edward guy with 17 million chips in play. Well, Sagan, well, he's got 9.5 fingers on the trophy right now, Henry. Can the Alexes or Hakan do anything to stop him? At the moment, they're doubling each other up. This is crazy. 61-20. We've still got a while of this level left. It won't be long until we pop the blinds up even further. And then what are these guys going to do? By then they'll have fewer chips. Because Edward is going to continue with the open jams. I mean, this is just so tidy for him. 11 bigs, 8 bigs, 8 bigs. They're playing a satellite. He's not. And he's found ace-10 suited just to make things even easier for himself.
Hakan with the Queen 6, my G.
Alex, can he? Will he? He was so comfortably second in chips. He's blown all the way down. He's then made a little misstep there, perhaps the King will be losing a flip. Is he now just going to go, screw this guy? Cool with King Deuce suited.
Хорошая.
Yes.
Henry, you're my language man. Did you just ask? Did he ask what have you got and got told an ace?
Yeah.
Hmm. If he showed him as well, wow, okay, this is not good. This is a little too friendly.
А чё уже, я короткий. Я готов тебя кодировать, поверь.
Не знаю, не знаю.
Yeah, not really sure what to say, Dempsey.
They give penalties for folding out of turn. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
I wonder what else they give penalties for in these parts.
One could only... begin to dream up certain things, certain scenarios. Edward, one step closer to lifting the trophy and receiving that 100k paycheck.
100k, a man who's been absolutely on fire this year, and in Sochi.
Yeah, what's his biggest cash of the year?
That, my friend, I can tell you. I must say his biggest cash to date was, I believe I said 96k. So he was
Yeah.
Well, 93k, pardon me.
Just another day in the office for him, eh?
Yeah, I spoke to Marie on the break, and she was like, "Yeah, this is the Sochi superstar at the moment. He's bashing everything up."
Nice.
So, yeah, it was that 93k came in July, in Sochi. He also had a 50k score this year there, and another 35k score. All this year, another 30k score this year. I mean, he's just
going to get snapped off.
He's just going ballistic down there in Sochi.
This is going to get snapped off.
Snap to be a strong word, but it's going to get called.
That's a snap call.
That's a snap in this man's world.
That is a snap call. James Dempsey.
Oh, look at this, Edward. Very live. The 8-4 suited.
35%.
He's all in with the flush draw, effectively. And we know they come all the time.
The scariest part is that, you know, you sat there with the King 10, you've got 64% equity, but the way this tournament is played out, it just doesn't feel like it, does it?
Ace, 4, 5. You know, Edward takes the lead. Hakan needing a king or 10. Running spades would bring him a chop.
Ooh.
Ace gives him a little extra. The 5 now would counterfeit Edward's
We'll take an extra 50%. No dice.
Not to beat. It's an ugly board, but the 4 holds. Edward sends another home. Hakan out in 4th place. Some good laddering done. And a successful start to the trip. And off he goes. Now, everyone guaranteed 50k with the departure of Hakan. And it's the 2 Alexes taking on Edward.
Yeah, take a bow. Alex P, by the way, is just...
yeah.
I see a masterclass, in my opinion, from him as a short stack from 7 left.
Yeah, I mean, you've agreed with every decision he's made, right? He's had a couple of close ones.
Yeah.
There's a couple I wanted to play. You were like, nope, we're not playing that. And he finds himself guaranteed 50,000 and a very good chance of getting up to 67,000.
Yeah, you know, just fold and make 40k. That's what I was trying to tell everyone earlier on. Had a couple of heroes try and, you know, stand their ground, and it's just not how it works, I'm afraid.
I don't think I've ever seen a final table this sort of just...
Seen a few. Had a few.
Yeah, but I don't think I've seen one that's got this far this way, where like the chip leaders just had this much both opportunity to run through the table, but also have it pan out that way. Not run into the hands. Not. I mean, he ran into the hand. You know, if he'd lost the ace deuce versus ace 10, suddenly there's a 4.5 million stack there.
Yeah.
He's got to suddenly adjust. He's never had to adjust. It's always been able to just open rip for the last hour plus.
Yeah.
And have it just go so well for him.
I've had one. It's a WSOP circuit main. 2019, I want to say 2018.
I've seen them when they've just won some all-ins and they've steamrolled through the tournament, but not just chipping away, winning the tournament by stealing the blinds for an hour straight. And he does the token look. I think he's just throwing a limp in a minute, just to really mess with them.
Yeah, what?
just to confuse them.
Why?
Just to confuse them, just for the banter. Henry, you got to factor in the banter.
I don't know. I'm not sure I'd be trolling with 100k on the line. I'm not rich enough.
Well, you keep bashing away in those PLO games, and it won't be long.
Yeah, I mean, you make 10k a day enough times, then maybe you can start doing stuff like that. But
there it is, sick brags from our PLO reg, popping into the cash games. In fact, Henry, maybe send a text.
Oh, I'm loving this. Yeah, you know, I'm
list.
like potentially going to get a nice 5-6 hour session in. I do have to run back over to the Merit Royal first, though. It's
not far.
Yeah, I got a haircut appointment at 11 AM tomorrow that I need to now cancel, which is annoying, but you know.
Sorry about that.
That's alright, mate. It's fine. You literally could have
Postpone.
picked 23 other hours in the day.
Postpone said haircut. You know, it's not you won't get to have the haircut another time.
Well, we'll see. Not sure how I feel about it, but I'll let this one slide.
Just 3 in main. They're tucked on that side of the table, and it looks like. I don't know what it looks like. It just doesn't look right. One guy's got mountains, and 2 guys have got little nubs.
Yeah, it doesn't look right.
It doesn't look right.
The crazy thing is that Alex is going to have to put in over half of his stack in the next hand.
Yeah, the funny thing is he's
Alex
folding
B,
here and literally just hoping that it goes like all in, and Alex P just finds queens plus and somehow loses. Do queens even cool? I mean,
was it 17? Yeah, I mean you do have to think about the EV of doubling and potentially winning 100k. I think it increases significantly. We double. It does go for it. There we go.
D's had enough.
Takes
now,
it.
Does Edward... I guess Edward just jams. He doesn't want to flatten and encourage the call, or does he? No, he does want to. If you get heads up, I suppose it's never a bad thing, right?
Good luck, boys.
There you go. Edward ahead. Alex D needing help. And
in order to come into the heads-up match with a 39-1 chip lead, Edward looking to hold with the ace-4.
Ridiculous, isn't it? Finds a 4. Only really matters if a jack or 9 were to roll off on the turn. And Alex P, can he ladder up to second? So far, so good. Alex D. Sunny's on. Jacket on. Standing up. He's got 50k in his back pocket. And that is where it will end for him. It will be no more. The backpack's already on. Handshakes all around. And, well, a good showing as well, Henry, I have to say. The two of them were arguably with the toughest seats in the table.
Yeah.
You're going to upriver from the chip leader have managed to get second and third. But look at this.
Wow.
It is a 19.5 v 700,000 heads up match.
Never seen anything like it, James.
I mean, it's quite frankly ludicrous. So guys, as you're well aware, now it may not take long, but it's heads up. We need to rejig things. So we are going to take a short break. I've been told no more than 8 minutes until we see Edward and Alex go to battle for the EAPT trophy here at the luxonpay Mediterranean Poker Party. So guys, please don't go too far. We'll be back very shortly.
flexible, customer-focused e-wallet that puts you in control of your money. Offering many deposit options, funds can be sent around the world in a wide range of currencies. With a simple currency exchange service making it easy to use your money globally. luxonpay e-wallet to deposit to a wide range of online merchants or buy in to global live poker events and skip the queues. luxonpay accounts come with 24/7 support and are fully regulated, offering many secure payment options. Setting up an account is quick and simple, so why not join the growing number of luxonpay users taking full advantage of our innovative high-end services.
Benzi, good man, takes the spot. Oh, hello. I mean, this is what we're talking about. When it gets this short, these hands just play themselves.
Yep, exactly that, Henry. It's time. And bad news for Benzi is Edgard's going to kick in his king-queen off.
Oh, wow.
Alex P folding the king-jack
So this was just going in, you know, regardless.
Well, look at an ace, but... I'll hit the muck and a chance to ladder for all. It is Benzi at risk.
2 kings
King,
then
queen,
and a
10.
queen.
King, queen, 10. 10, 10.
Only 1 king, 2 queens left in the deck.
On timing. All in.
Well, one timing? Did you say bad timing? One time? Who knows? He's gonna need help.
Yes, queen, I have set.
He did have a set. No. Oh, last time I had a set. There we go. That's useful. Benzi needs clubs by the back door. A king or queen via the front door. Well, it is the back door that is just cracked open a little bit, Henry. Can he blast through it? Oh, Georgi. Get a much needed hold. Black card on the river. With the wrong suit. Benzi. Back-to-back final tables to kick off the festival here at the MPP.
S8.
We're going to see 3.
Interesting 3 it is.
Queen 10-8, rainbow, double gut shot for Edward. Michelle does not want to improve to top 2 on the turn.
Such an interesting flop, isn't it? Because we know Michelle's, well, we assume Michelle's opening tight. Edward knows that.
Wow, checks.
And this flop helps Edward so much, but at the same time, it's like, well, this is where Michelle's living. Appear in a snap check back, Henry, with that top pair. That's just, is that too defensive?
It's a pretty scary board.
No, he elicits a bet from Edward. Edward going after what here, Henry? Like the 9s? 7s? I don't know. Just the...
Yeah, same hand, ace king, ace jack, 9 7s as you already alluded to. We're going to see a river, 1.2 out there.
Oh
my.
Wow.
I mean, the saving grace for Michelle was that the 10 did pair on the turn when Edward put chips in the middle.
Right, but surely with pot behind.
You know, the funny thing is if Edward does jam and Michelle snap calls.
He does move all in. Michelle's going to hate this because, like you say, Henry, there's a 10 there. It's entirely possible the way this is played out. There are hands like this, ace jack, potentially. Of course, other strong flop hands, jack 9.
If Michelle calls here, Edward has half the chips in play, 7 left. You know, best of luck to everyone else playing for second.
Michelle check back flop. Called turn.
Yeah, throw all the time banks in, pal. This one's going to take some time. And
well, he's put 2 in there to start with. Henry, this is tough. I mean...
Understandably so. What does have all the offsuit 10x, so I think king of clubs, queen of diamonds, and spades is irrelevant in terms of possible combos of 10x.
It's just so tough when we check back flop, right? Because now Michelle does actually get to have some 10x, right? That raises pre-flop, checks back, and you play it as a calling turn. So he knows he can call with that when he's got, you know, the jack 10 suited, the ace 10 suited. Well, it's one combo of king 10 suited, I suppose. So perhaps he opened on the gun. I mean, assuming if he opens jack 10 suited, who knows?
Very impressed if he can find a way out.
It's always tough though. He's checked flop. He's kind of trapped.
Wow, GG's.
When you do lay a trap,
GG's, sir.
There we go. Michelle out in 8th. The perfect river card for Edward. Sees him, as you say, Henry, notching up past half the chip sim.
Beautiful river card for Alex, by the way. I mean,
right.
The queen 10s, jack 10s of the world that call flop and call turn.
Right, you're thinking the hands that call twice.
Yeah.
Some 10x to that sizing. Obviously, there's going to be some. And that queen jack obviously is going nowhere now, though. King X of hearts, like we see.
King 10 just improved to a boat.
Yeah. He doesn't want to be bothered. Just put them all in there. $1.2 remains. 1.44 in the pot.
All in.
Decide just to rip, and this is pretty interesting, right? Because it's a scary-ish river in theory for the cutoff, right, Henry?
Yeah, I mean,
what's he saying here? I've got ace 10, I've got ace king, I've got aces. Does he do this?
6s through 9s, pretty gangster.
Does Alex ever make this play with sort of, you know, ace queen, ace jack that's been counterfeited, trying to make a weaker ace fold?
But we don't beat a weaker ace.
That's what I'm saying. So, but if he doesn't make that play, then suddenly this king becomes a far more attractive hand to call with, right? Because we're blocking ace king, we're blocking kings.
Yeah, it's a cut-off open as well, so wider range than usual. You're just hoping 5s through queens, basically, just blasting off here. Maybe a hand like
the jack 9 of hearts, queen 9 of hearts.
Yeah.
There's not many.
Wanna be doing it with some hands that block the best 10x, like hand like king jack, king queen of clubs. But again, in my mind, wouldn't make sense to jam those. Actually, I mean, I guess if you're trying to get an ace to fold. Gurigi really thinking this one over. Small c-bet on the flop. Just trying to reverse engineer this. I mean, if I'm sat in his shoes, my curiosity's peaked for sure. Small, small, big. Very narrow range of hands, and
luxonpay is a flexible, customer-focused e-wallet that puts you in control of your money. Offering many deposit options, funds can be sent around the world in a wide range of currencies. With a simple currency exchange service making it easy to use your money globally. luxonpay e-wallet to deposit to a wide range of online merchants or buy in to global live poker events and skip the queues. luxonpay accounts come with 24/7 support and are fully regulated, offering many secure payment options. Setting up an account is quick and simple, so why not join the growing number of luxonpay users taking full advantage of our innovative high-end services.
Welcome back to the very sparsely populated final table stage here at the Merit Diamond Resort, part of the beautiful Merit setup here in Cyprus. We are, of course, live for the luxonpay Mediterranean Poker Party in this beautiful new building. Down in the basement is where you'll find Edward and Alex about to do battle. But Henry, close to a 30-1 lead. Good luck.
Good luck indeed. Alexander Pak, who, in my opinion, has done extremely well to get himself here, and thoroughly deserved based on his ICM awareness and performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's guaranteed 67k, which I think, you know, when we were seven-handed with all the short stacks, he would have snap-called.
I think everyone would have snap-called at that point, bar maybe the man who has all the chips, who has played as well phenomenally well, being on a heater and in Sochi. Comes here and goes, hey, this is an EAPT event, boys and girls. It's my neck of the woods. In first hand, Alex is just going to have to fold. I mean...
That's pretty sick. I was about to say over-unders on how many...
So it took 68 hands to get heads up. Hand number 69.
Hand number 69.
There will be a hand 70 because Alex is not playing the 7-3. But he's just suddenly is a change of mindset now. No ICM to worry about. He's been playing the whole day thinking about folding. Now he's thinking about winning. And you get dealt the 7-3. He likes the 7-3 early when he was folding every hand. That's all right. You don't mind getting it dealt at then. But for now, he needs the big cards, the big hands.
I'm going to say that the money's going in this hand. That's my guess.
Exceptionally likely, Henry. Look at that. He's just got... I mean, can he fold any hands?
Not sure.
We're certainly not following that hand. We are going to have an all-in on the call, Henry.
I think you might be onto something here, Dempsey.
Edward with the 6-5 offsuit. Rips it in. Gets the snap. Alex P. This is the first step in a long walk.
I tell you what, James. What odds do you want on Alex P doing it?
I just want to see him get a few steps up the ladder at least.
Listen, I want the full double hit.
Let's make it.
How is it just window card 5?
9-5-4. First all in of this heads-up match, and as Edward's taken the lead, spiking the 5. Alex P looking for an ace or 10, just to give himself the faintest of hope. Well, deuce no good,
ace,
of course.
Wow, ace no good now. Sorry, ace. What am I talking about?
He picks up a gutshot draw, but it's no good because Edward blocks it with the 6.
Okay. My bad.
King on the river. That's it, Henry. That is it. 2 hands of heads up. Alex P, the first time we see him crack any emotion, really, a smile, because he knows he did the main job. He got himself to the final 2, and he got himself $67,000. And that smile, there you go. He can be very proud of his performance. But here he is, Edward Barsegian, the 2022 EAPT champion. And what a dominating performance it was, Henry.
That is going to be the funnest, most memorable final table of Edward's career for the foreseeable future. I mean, he's going to be talking about this for years to come. Just absolutely everything going his way today. Just managed to steamroll the table from 7 left all the way down to a win. And Alexander Pak, take a bow. Take a bow. Second place, 67k in a spot where I think a lot of people end up going home in 5th, 4th. He just showed great awareness and thoroughly deserved to get second.
Like you say, and I'm not picking on Edgard here, but as an example, there's Edgard, who's someone who decided to take on the chip leader.
46k difference, mate.
Give it a go, and it didn't work out for him. So, well, that is it. Beautiful trophy. We didn't get to mention the trophy because it was over so quickly. Heading the way of Edward, and that is it for us today. We'll be back, Henry. For which event is it again? Just work on your pronunciation.
Oh, wow. Well, you just could have put me on the spot like that.
The Italians are here tomorrow.
The Italians are here in force, that is for sure.
So please do tune in tomorrow. We'll be back here at the MPP with a new cast of characters. Until then, we wish you all good fortune and good health.
Good day.